It's loaded. Sorry, there was a delay on my screen, which meant that I couldn't actually see the live screen being live. It just had the thumbnail. Hey everybody! Ah, yes, there I am. Hello. Yes, I wanted to do this onesie party before it got too hot. I'm actually really, really glad that today's weather is nowhere near as warm as the last 2 days because I'd probably be dying in this already. It has been unusually warm on some of the days for spring. It's like, it's not summer yet, so how about summer going to be? Ah. What will caption Julia's response be to seeing this? She'd probably make fun of me if I'm honest. Yes, flying squirrel one. Flying squirrel. Away we go. I was sitting on my wing before actually, which is like a fun time, I suppose. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. The volume's a bit low. Do we need more volume coming through? Is it because my hair's blocking the mic? One sec. Um, Let me see if there's something I can do about that. How's the volume for you guys? Is there a... We would need to... Um... Hmm. The volume's fine for you? Okay, because I'm speaking fairly loudly. Well, not loud, loud, like sing aloud. You know what I mean? All right. Oh no, if I was to shout real loud, that might scare some people. There's like a very special twangy yell that just it cuts through everything. Really good if you have to work with like a huge group of people like kids or something. It's gonna cut through no matter what. Oh, I see. Will you sing us a quick song? I actually only woke up like a little while ago, but who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I will later. We'll have to see. Thank you so much for the support. Taylor, thank you so much for the support, everyone. This is so cool to have you all here. Check mic placement. Yeah, so at the moment I'm using my AirPods. That's kind of where the mic is. I think if I swapped to my computer mic, it maybe wouldn't sound very good. Um, Let me just... Julia Loud or Elizabeth Loud? I mean, they're all much of a muchness, really. Like, there's like that opera singer loud, which is, loud enough to cut over an orchestra. So, like, yeah, dang, that's loud. Um, and then there's like twangy contemporary kind of loud. It's a slightly different application, but it just uses different pharynx shapes to achieve the same sound. It's more that it cuts through, like the harmonics are really sharp in a super, super twangy sound. So it's more about a perceived volume as opposed to any kind of great amplitude that you're creating at the vocal fold level. God, I need to say, I'm already breaking down sounds. I'm so sorry. Oh, I also thought I saw a Kirk there. Yeah. Hey, Kirk. Thanks for joining. Oh, hello from Brazil. Hello from Kansas. You stand that onesie? I stand you, Mystic. Mystic's my moderator on my Discord. She's pretty awesome. Oh, you're from Melbourne? Metal Duck Night. That sounds amazing. Now I have this image of like a duck in armor just being like, wah, wah, wah. Clearly it's a duck robot. I don't know. A bit early for Tim Tams. Oh, actually, so that's something that I thought could be fun to like chat with you guys about. I made or prepared rather. I didn't make a lot of these, but I prepared some classic like Aussie party foods. A lot of like 90 kids will be like, "Ah, okay, yeah, all right." Or probably more than the 90 kids actually. I don't think these will ever die. But I prepared some foods that we tend to like to make in Australia for parties. So, uh, yeah, I'm gonna talk us through those, and I'd love to know what sort of like equivalent party food you guys have in your countries, whether you even make these. I would be so excited to hear. I feel like the like party pies and sausage rolls, there'll be like a few countries, wow. There'll be a few countries that maybe have those, but I thought that could be like a little fun thing where I get to find out what kind of food you have, because Lord knows I love to eat. Oh, greetings from Argentina. We've got some people from Korea here. Hello. I will one day try to learn Korean. The pronunciation's really difficult for me. And I'm always terrified of butchering sounds. It's like a leftover PTSD from doing like classical training because phonetics are everything, which is why sometimes it might come across a bit nitpicky sometimes if we're reacting. And I'm not even like a fully trained classical singer. This is uh, just from when I was younger, and it was like pretty hardcore at like 9 years old. They wanted you to be able to pronounce things correctly, so it can be really easy if we're reacting to someone who's performing in a song where you have had to study the phonetics, or if you're a native speaker, you probably can pick this up as well. uh, it's more the understanding that it's really important to have those phonetics down. So there are times where you'll watch someone perform and it's like, damn, they didn't have enough time to prepare the phonetics for that, and they maybe should have. Yeah. All right, we got a from Damien. 20 for 200,000. Congrats. It couldn't have happened to a nicer person. Thank you so much for the support, Damien. I really, really appreciate that. Honestly, the amount of kind words and just everything from you guys has been amazing from the word jump. And I'm so excited to still be doing this with you. I feel like uh, I'm starting to see lots of familiar names in the premieres and in the chats and in the comments, and it makes me feel like I'm definitely connected to you guys as a community. And I know that probably sounds super, super cheesy, but there are times where I'll watch someone pop up in the live chat and I'll be like, "Ooh, that person's here." Or in the Discord, like my Discord gang. Hey guys, I know there was a bit of a why did you put it at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time? That's when I'm asleep. There was a lot of that in the Discord. But for those of you who have been able to get here, regardless of the time zone that you're in, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And we have Elizabeth. Party foods, Nutella on a spoon. I wouldn't say that that's technically a party food, but it can be an whenever you want food. I'm sure. I'm sure we could make that a thing. No, we used to have these like little Nutella cups, and it had like a stick. You just stick the stick in, you'd eat the Nutella with a stick. Or there were even ones that were just like a little tub of Nutella with a tiny little plastic scraper thing, and then you would just eat it. I I don't know if you ever needed to portion control your Nutella, that might be a way to do it. I'm sure the spoon is just fine. Ooh, hello from the other part of the Commonwealth. Hello, Jason. How long do you think it will take until she realizes Elizabeth's here? You know what? I got like a feeling there was that sense of connection, and I was like, Elizabeth is here. I just know. I just know she's around now. Oh, greetings all. Joining while stuck in traffic. Please be safe, Damien. Please. Yes, Nutella fountain. Absolutely. Oh, thank you for that. Is it Stefan? Stefan Gabriel? Stefan? I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. That's really lovely of you. Where is it? What is the little fox saying? What does the fox say? Do, 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 do. Number one. Oh, thank you. I'm trying. Ah, Tennessee, USA. Ah, welcome, welcome, welcome. What time is it there? I know it's the afternoon for Elizabeth and Kirk, because that's when we normally have our little tea time. Tea time catch-ups. Ah, you like my accent? Oh, awesome. Hopefully you like what happens in the videos to come then. You love my outfit? I love my outfit. I like was going around the house being like "Meow" in it because it's huge. Although the crotch of the onesie is very, very low and the buttons are spaced very far apart. So if you're just sitting here, you have like basically you still need to wear clothes under it. Is all I'm going to say. Ah. Ah. We're all on the East Coast. What time is it on the East Coast? It's 6:12 in Tennessee. Ah, cool. Oh my God, it has wings. Yes, it does have wings. Ah. Oh, it's a bat. I thought it was an Eevee. It's not a bat. We call them sugar gliders here, but I did see it advertised as a flying squirrel. Do you guys have sugar gliders in wherever you're from? Do you have sugar gliders? Do you have a program in mind? I mean, the program is to hang out with you guys and then share the food. Well, share the food, converse around the food and just have some fun. You would be scared to wear a onesie. To be honest, the gaps in these buttons are so wide, you could probably just undo two of them and then just step your legs out. Hi, Julia from Ireland. Thanks for all your reactions. Are you taking any suggestions for reactions anywhere? I take my suggestions from the comments section on the video, but I also take I take suggestions sometimes from the Discord music channel. So if you're not part of the Discord, you can go to any of my recent videos. There'll be a link to the Discord channel there. Um, but I I yeah, I have a bit of a backlog at the moment. So sometimes I'll look at something and I'll just be like, you know what, I want to react to that now. And that happens every now and again where I look at the backlog and I go, what do I feel like instead of where am I up to in the backlog? Which sounds terrible, but sometimes you just need to make a fast choice instead of umming and ahhing over like 400 different options. Yeah, so if you want to make suggestions, you can just leave them under the comments on my videos. I do read them. I read all of your comments. If you have like a heart or you have a responding comment, damn, I did that. I'm not like going around copying, pasting stuff. I'm like legitimately reading your comments. So I got Berserker. Berserker King reviews. That sounds intense. I think that could be fun. Congrats. Hello from Seattle, Washington, USA. Love the Sugar Glider onesie. Yeah. Oh God, my face is starting to like reflect the light too much. All right, we got Meraxis. Oh, Ash hey. Hey. Member of the Discord gang is here. The floofs send their congrats. I appreciate the amount of floofs you post in the pets channel. I really, really do. We have a floof tax in the Discord channel. Ah, thank you so much for joining, Alex. Really appreciate it. The US has flying squirrels. Okay, cool. So, I guess that's like, are they the same? Flying squirrel versus, oh God, that's gonna be like a battle. No, flying squirrel or sugar glider, because I think they're slightly different. Hmm. Okay, no. Sugar gliders are Australia only, apparently. Maybe you have some in zoos. They're pretty cute. They're actually really adorable. Sanford, thank you so much. Love your reactions, analysis. Julia, congratulations. Thank you for joining, and your support is amazing. Thank you so much. We got RRK65. You were on Dutch TV yesterday because Floor Jansen was a guest at a talk show. They showed some parts of your reaction video to Phantom of the Opera. That is so cool. I was so excited when I read your comments on, I think it was my latest video, or on the community posts that I've had. There have been a lot of community posts recently because like I'm organizing Halloween, organizing the onesie thing, organizing parties. There's been a lot of community posts recently. That was so exciting. I hope they looked not annoyed seeing it. But that's really cool. One of you also said that charismatic voice Elizabeth was on that TV show as well. That is so exciting. Elizabeth, we're on Dutch TV. Ah, okay. I'm from the UK. Do you recommend I turn my phone upside down to watch? I mean, you could, and you can have an upside down sugar glider, Julia, I guess. People have sugar gliders as pets in the US. Wow. We're not allowed to have them as pets here. Mm-mm, not allowed. Josh Johnson, I was told this was a fairy party. Is it? Is it really? I mean, I guess in that there's people in onesies, sure. Kirk says, we were supposed to do a onesie party. I know. I'm terrible at organizing things. And I wanted to do it before it got hot. So here we are. You know what? We will organize another onesie party. We'll invite you guys. It'll be like a bunch of fun reactors, I'm sure. We'll get it together and we'll have a really cool onesie party. Maybe this time where people can actually show off their own onesies, because I think that could be really fun. Oof. All right, all right, all right. We got greetings from Germany. Hello. Joe says, congrats on the 200K being a fan when you only had 8K subs. Wow, you're an OG. That's awesome. Okay, Padawan's been asking, what happened to the ginger judgment and punishment reaction that you teased? I still haven't edited yet. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, congrats on 200K. This is from Jen K. Are you going to do reactions on OG again's greeting OG again, greetings from the Netherlands? I mean, I probably could. There are a bunch that have been hinted at me that I should definitely listen to, and their harmonies are just not even their harmonies, just their technique is flawless. Sometimes I listen to them and go, are they even real? Like it's just so bang on. There's not a single flaw in what they do. Couldn't imagine. Elizabeth should get her unicorn outfit. Yeah, unicorn outfit for sure. That would be really cool. Elizabeth can be a unicorn or a red panda because that's the mascot. Well, one of the mascots. The other one is Krakena. All right. Oh no, she asked about the ginger. Yeah. What happened with Chase? What do you mean what happened with Chase? Did something happen to Chase? Where is he? Is he here? Maybe he's not here. Oh God. Oh. How did you feel? No, legit, where's Chase? Okay. You know what? It is I think it's like the middle of the night or like really early morning where he is. So anyway, um, if he rocks up, he rocks up, and then we get to hang out again. I do know that he's gonna hang out with a bunch of people from YouTube soon, so that's really cool. Um, please react to Vintasy, they are amazing. You should react to Dragula. Is that meant to be Dracula? Dragula? Okay, Dragula by Rob Zombie Yeah, okay. Cool, cool. How did you feel when you realized you hit 200K? Was there a lot of hand waving? Uh, 200K, I mean, it's a huge milestone, and like that's so many people. It's hard to conceptualize, and so hitting 200K feels massive to me. It's I mean, going from like the 0 to 100K, it's like, whoa, we're going for 100K, and then 100K to 200K. Like it never fails to astound me just how much people love sharing music and are enjoying how I break down music and want to be a part of it. So it's really, really touching. And honestly, when we hit the 200K, it made me feel some little things in my heart because it's crazy to be hitting those kinds of milestones, especially when I am a chaotic uploader. Like I'm not the most consistent at uploading, and yet when I do, you guys are still so supportive and still want more from me, and I'm like, yes, I will do it. I will get to it. Um, all right. Oh, Elizabeth's recovering from the COVID booster shot. Oh no. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you so much for coming to hang out, Elizabeth. I really, really appreciate it. Hopefully, her and Kirk may be still around when I do a few thank yous towards further into our live stream. But other than that, um, yeah. Congrats from South Africa. Thank you. Kraken onesie, not enough limbs. Um, Maybe you could just let the other ones hang around. They can just flop, and you can have two limbs. And every now and again, you just change your hand into a different limb. That could be fun. Did they send you the YouTube trophy yet? Yeah, we did the 100K unboxing a little while ago. Yeah, that was my first live stream ever. Was 100K unboxing the silver button. Um, how would you rate Psyche's breath control? I swear she doesn't breathe like a normal person. So you can get away with a lot of really shallow breaths in contemporary singing. Something that Psyche does really well is I wouldn't actually say that she's doing what I would call like a full and complete breath. So that's where the diaphragm's able to fully distend. You know, your abdominal wall is completely relaxed, ribs are hinging out of the back. I don't really see that kind of movement from her. It does tend to sit a little bit more clavicular, so in the collarbones. Um, but she's able to do a lot with what she does take on, and it does appear often that she's almost not breathing, which is crazy. Ah. Oh, Kirby, thank you. Congrats on reaching 200K subscribers. You guys are the best. Oh, God. It's so amazing. Daniel says, can we still get an Ice Nine Kills reaction even though they didn't win the Halloween poll? I mean, I'm barely getting one video up a week, so we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. No, I totally have something planned for Halloween. I'm very excited. I hope you guys enjoy it. uh, Hugh says Elizabeth's showing her support. Yeah, Elizabeth and Kirk are a couple of the most supportive people that I have had the fortune of getting to meet. They're amazing, honestly. Would like to see you react to the charismatic voice. I don't think I'd be able to contribute as much as Elizabeth breaking down her own videos because, well, I did classical singing, yes, but I've never worked professionally with a classical sound, and that really does change things. Having to require a technique or a certain quality or standard for your instrument within the professional sphere. So there might be insights that I'm just simply not going to have because it wasn't my focus, and it hasn't been my focus for a really, really long time. It's been, gosh, well over a decade since I've even had classical lessons. So I don't know if I'd be able to actually contribute much. That being said, I do react to harsh vocals, and there are some things in there that I also don't understand there. So maybe it's just another opportunity for us to uh, say some more unorthodox ways of describing things. George, or is it George? I'm not sure. Um, $5. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Can you do the Smeagol voice? The true OGs remember the last Halloween vid. Yeah. We had Witch Julia. Who here remembers Witch Julia? No subtitles? Well, it's hard to do subtitles when it's live. Ooh, message retracted from Joe. Collab sing with Elizabeth. Yeah! I could definitely be down for that. I'm expecting to see that onesie at my next lesson, Julia. I'll do it. I'll wear the onesie in our next lesson, Peter, just for you, man. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna wear it, Peter. I'm going to. You've asked for it now. Ooh, can you talk on the efficiency with the air she does use and how she doesn't use up that air really quickly? Listening to you talk vocal nerdery is so delightful. Thank you, Elizabeth. I would love to dive on into that. So it is part of how she approaches her contemporary sound. So you know how there are times in those reactions where I break down Psyche's vocals and I mention that there's some press and some constriction that actually controls the rate of breath flow that can actually move out. Now, this can be counterproductive because it can mean that you perhaps don't have sufficient breath flow or a sufficient level of relaxation to have consistent flow, so like flow phonation. But because she is constricted and because she does favor a little bit more of that pressed sound every now and again, that's going to stop her from getting the sound out. So if she's doing a really, really long speech like phrase, which is often where it seems like she just goes forever, it's almost like she's singing on a breath that is being held. So it's not projecting with anywhere near the amount of breath flow that, say, you're probably used to experiencing as a classical singer, which is all flow, all projection, all the time. And yeah, for contemporary, we can get away with it because we're amplified. If she took that microphone away, you wouldn't be able to hear her at all, not even in like an acoustically sound performance space. It'd be really difficult to hear that kind of sound. Yeah, so that's a little bit of why. And it's a similar approach to what rappers actually use as well. So the way you approach your breathing with rapping is slightly different to how you would with singing. And for those long sustain line Psyche's breathing actually works closer to how a rapper who's got like a really, really long phrase to get through would approach that sound. If you use too much air, you kind of want to be using the bare minimum to ensure that you're not having any wastage or anything like that. Oh, we're in the dark again. I knew something like this would happen. Come back, guys. Can you still hear me? Hopefully you can still hear me. Oh, Nicole says, you always brighten so many people's day. You really are appreciated as the effort you put into your vids is amazing. We love you. Keep smiling and being you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Do you practice any scream growl techniques? Ooh. I've tried. I have certainly tried. I'm not very good at it. Someone once, I had a lesson with someone once, and they described what your natural inclination with a harsh vocal is by the way you clear your throat. And for me, if I'm clearing my throat, if I'm going, I have that. I unfortunately have an epiglottic fold growl, so that's where the epiglottic fold is vibrating and moving in the vocal tract to create that sound. So things like distortion, that epiglottic fold just loves to be involved because it's just automatically wants to be in on the party. Yeah, so that old chestnut of sometimes your voice leans more towards something. Um, what's your actual focus? Six Toe says, what's your actual focus? So my focus is contemporary singing. I sing a lot of jazz. I sing musical theater for training. I don't use musical theater professionally. It's more so that I can keep testing boundaries. So often I'll just take repertoire from wherever, stuff that inspires me, stuff that I want to sing. And I will sing it and use it often to continue extending my belt because you can get away with a significantly more twangy sound as you're belting in musical theater, and so that can be a good gateway to being able to get some really, really high belts once you're comfortable up around that range. So musical theater is a great crossover study style if you are doing contemporary singing. because it really gets that placement forward and encourages a little bit more freedom in the breath flow in order to be able to achieve those long connected sounds. If I had to speak to technique and rigidity of style, I would say that classical is probably not necessarily, maybe rigid is the wrong word. Classical has the most expected sort of style marks. If you have a purist listening to you, there are going to be certain colors that they will expect from particular pieces of repertoire, and if you can't do that, it won't correlate to the composition, and they might not appreciate your efforts no matter how beautiful it sounds. It might not sound right to them. So there's that, and then there's musical theater, which is like a subset almost. It has developed from classical technique, so it's not really any surprise. But musical theater has a lot more style rules depending on the composer, depending on the time period that it's from, and that's probably the next level of where people are going to expect a certain sound, and if you don't have it, it's not going to quite fit. And then you have all the other genres where you as an individual and the sound that you can make kind of becomes the priority. I think that's my easiest way of explaining why I use musical theater for some things and why it's a good crossover style. I go on tangents so badly, guys. I'm so sorry. Aside from that, oh, shout out from NSC. Thank you so much. Grunt, that's amazing. Thank you for your assistance. Oh God, where's stuff? For caption Julia, Royce says, for caption Julia. I'm sure she will appreciate that. But yeah, focus is probably jazz. I sing more along the blues style. So I wouldn't necessarily say that my voice is very, like, you know how there's this idea of like a pure, beautiful voice? Mine doesn't do that 100% of the time. It favors more towards dropping into husk cracks now and again. You can probably hear from my speaking voice, I let on my fry a lot. This kind of approach definitely winds up in my singing. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, Elizabeth's here. Sorry, I'm like trying to keep up with the chat as well, and it's pretty hard. Down to collab. Hell yeah. Do the Grace Kelly challenge. I actually could probably. That's the like the I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky. That one, yeah? I thought so. I saw that. That could be fun. It's actually the only time I've ever looked at it and been like, should I get TikTok just so I can do these like funny little vocal challenges? That could be fun. And it requires range. And if there is one thing that I do have on my side, it's being able to create some shriekingly high sounds if I need to. Not in a belt. I mean, kind of in a belt up to certain notes and certain pieces, but being able to get really high is also fun. To celebrate, you should react to Eskimo Callboy Hyper Hyper. You'll laugh your butt off. I'm not going to give anything away. Tenshi likes the onesie, guys. Yes, good. We have that. Julia and Elizabeth acting like they haven't been planning a collab all along. It's in the works, okay? I think it's because even though obviously I'm a bit of a mess when it comes to the live streams. Really, dude, you're gonna mow your lawn now? Okay, that's fine. I hope you have a pleasant grass cutting experience. Um, I think it's because we both want it to be like peak quality. And we want to do something fun for you guys because at least I know that a lot of people who follow me also follow Elizabeth. So of course we got to do something that like connects for our communities because that would be awesome. Black screen of death. Why am I so out of sync with the chat? No, don't succumb to TikTok. There are some people, you know what? If I did get a TikTok, maybe I would put singing stuff on there, but also like fun little vocal challenges and stuff. That could be really good. I'm just catching up on the chat, guys. Sorry. Cool. Hector says, where can we hear you singing? I mean, purchase materials. Would love to hear you sing some jazz. And I'm an old metalhead. Congrats from Mexico. You know what? I actually have a jazz gig coming up, and I feel like they probably wouldn't hate it if I recorded some of that gig. So I could potentially record part of that. I'll be singing some really fun songs, um, and playing with some absolute ripper of musicians. Like, they're just so good. I'm truly blessed to be able to like have those people's numbers in my phone and just be like, boop boop, hey, you free? Let's do this. Ooh. Andreas says, for me, there are 4 standouts in the coach scene: Julia, charismatic voice; Beth Roars, and Rebecca. Cheers from the Viking Woods in Sweden. Thank you so much for the support. I really love it when all of like the communities are somewhat shared, because I feel like that speaks to people's like enjoyment and connection with music and how much they love seeing different perspectives on it. And it's really, really fun to know that if we plan something, we can also plan it together, and it's going to, you know, unite different parts of the community, but also like, yeah, I just think it's going to be really fun when I finally am able to do some collaborations, of course. Um, can people tell you're Australian when you sing? Probably not. I sing with an American accent, and that is because all of the music that we consume in Australia is American. So you wind up imitating, well, radio stuff, like what you would hear as a child, and perhaps be mimicking sounds American. There are a few exceptions, of course, where the person sounds Aussie, like Dean Lewis. He sounds pretty Aussie when he sings, but that wasn't when I was learning to sing, and I didn't primarily sing contemporary when I was younger. Now that I must admit, or I wasn't trained in contemporary when I was younger. So if I was singing contemporary, I was mimicking the radio. But yeah, so I have an Aussie accent when I talk, but when I sing, it disappears. You can't really tell I'm Aussie anymore. And that goes for most languages. Your goal as a vocalist should be to try to recreate the phonetic structure for whatever song you are singing as close to the actual language as you can. Accents can sometimes, unfortunately, get in the way of how professionally viable you are, depending on where you're going, what you're doing. Now, if it's once off and you're doing it for a particular part of your community, so let's say you learned a song in a new language just so that you can connect with them, that's really sweet and lovely and awesome. But let's say if you wanted to go and do like a tour with a company and they needed you to be singing in a particular language, you're going to need those phonetics down. Otherwise, it's just not going to be acceptable. Matthias, oh my God. Matthias, I'm just going to say it like that. Congrats and keeps up the great work. It's much appreciated, as you can tell by the comments of the people in the chat. Thank you so much. Love your tangents. Thank you. I'm catching up with the chat. Chat. Do you plan on reacting to Jacob Collier songs? Jacob Collier is an amazing musician. As a vocalist, I think if I reacted to one and analyzed his vocals, it would be similar across the board if I was then to react to more, because his focus is more on how incredible can we make this arrangement. Like, as a musician, the dude is nuts. Like, he's just, I have no idea what it must be like living in that brain to just be like out and about and all of a sudden be like, you know what, there's a rubber band in my drawer. I'm going to turn this into like a bass sound, and we're going to make an arrangement of some complex, I don't know, Stevie Wonder tune around it. It's truly amazing how musical his arrangements are, and how impressive it is that his brain even goes there with it. So it might be better to have it as a musical reaction rather than a vocal reaction, because he maintains a very similar timbre throughout a lot of his sound. And when he does sing, as far as like your basics of endurance, flexibility, agility, he does demonstrate more on the flexibility, agility side. Yeah, the timbre, the colors don't change as much. And I think that's also important because he uses I think it's called a vocoder, where as he plays on the piano, it actually copies his sound. So I think if you vary your tone too much, then the consistency of all of the harmonies coming from the chords he's playing on the piano might get a bit messed up. So that's probably also a reason for that sort of continuous, very much almost like a homogeneous sound with his vocal tone, but it's still amazing, and he definitely demonstrates like flexibility and amazing things like that. So I guess that's a little breakdown because I definitely listen to Jacob Collier. I think he's amazing. Carl, thank you so much, Carl. That's really appreciated. Thank you so much for the support, Nicole. That's really appreciated. And we have Chillphil, CHLPHIL. Congrats. Knew you would get to hear. Thank you so much. You guys have more faith in me sometimes than I have in myself, and that's really, really lovely. Um, Congratulations. Since you sing jazz, you might enjoy a jazzy song Tatiana did a while back, Beggar's Dance. I could enjoy that. Yes, probably. Ah, cool, cool, cool. Okay, keeping up with the chat. Keeping up with the chat. Uh, is she supposed to be a sugar glider? Yeah, I am supposed to be a sugar glider. That's why there was the no context poll. Was that fun? Do you guys like the no context polls? I kind of really enjoyed it. I mean, I knew already I was going to connect it to this live stream, but I thought it was pretty fun. You reactors will never know what you have done for the world during this pandemic times. It would have been hell without you. I'm so glad that it was like a positive source for people and more than one person. Thank you so much for the comment, by the way. More than one person, and thank you to Nicole as well, who also posted that beautiful comment in the chat just a little moment ago. More than one person has mentioned that the reactor scene, in particular, while we're in lockdown, has been a really positive break from what's happening for them. So I'm just thrilled that, you know, the little bit of music and vocal nerdery that I'm putting out on the internet is something that's really positive. And I'm thrilled that that's how it's continuing to develop because, I mean, it's amazing to be able to share what you love. And I love singers and I love music. So it's been amazing to connect in that way with all of you guys and for it to have kick-on effects that I could never have imagined. So thank you so much. Hello from Serbia. Hello. Welcome. What time is it in Serbia? Wow. What do you think hanging upside down, suspended by the feet, and singing an 8-minute song would affect the singing? It depends how strong your breathing muscles are, I think, and how long you can put up with the blood rushing to your head, I think. Hit the apex says, dude, you were so honest. I don't know how else to be. Even if I try like lying, it doesn't really. I don't have a good poker face. So I could try, and then I'll be like, no, it's not real. I'll like get a little bit almost like being like, no, don't do it. Anyway, basically, I don't know how else to be. I am just gonna be a goose on the internet, I guess, for a while. I would love to hear and see your reaction to Tori Amos' Cornflake Girl. Thank you, Damien. I will write that down. Cornflake Girl. What genre is that? Tori Amos, Cornflake Girl. There we go. Wait, did Julia and Alan catch up with the chat? I did. I just did then, although I've noticed that there's a delay between when I'm actually speaking to the camera and when the chat is actually going. So the chat's at the same time as me in real time, but the speed between when it's filming me and when it's actually going up, there's like a good delay. I'm actually wondering if I can modify that at all, but I am scared. I'm scared to change things. Ah, still waiting for a link to your jazz, a whole song. Again, we may be able to do this. Would you react to a Nightwish jazz song? That could be curious. Are you going to react to Dreamcatcher again? I mean, I'm still a little bit hesitant because of the absolute hell that their copyright distribution company put me through last time. I want to react to Dreamcatcher again because I think that they're amazing. I still cannot believe how easy they go up into that fifth octave for their belters, and it's like a tried and true, like perfect pop belt. Like that's the example I would love to give people if they want that pop sound. Yeah, I want to react to them again, but I'm feeling a little bit. If I put another one up, you know that I have decided that I'm probably going to need to go through another battle. It's almost like when I react to Nightwish, because Nightwish is the same. The copyright's a little bit scary, a little bit intense. So when I'm posting from those particular artists that I know are going to cause me to jump through some hoops, I really wish that the dude would just go away. 1 second. Let me just see where he's at. Oh. How close are you to my house? Ah, how lovely. He is mowing the lawn right in front of the house. I'm just going to close the windows, guys. Ooh. Thank you for your service, sir, but I know you're trying to avoid the midday heat. We're going to close this door as well. Lock ourselves in this space together. Ooh. Why does everything always go wrong in my live streams? Closing the door. Ooh. Okay. Hopefully that's better. All right. Coming back down. All right. So, wow. Is that better? Is that less intense? I know this is meant to have like noise cancellation, but gee whiz. Huh. What time is Elizabeth's house? What time is the planned event with Elizabeth, John? Okay. Say a number and we'll enter it in the chat. You can judge the delay. All right. The number is 3. Did we have anyone? Carl, Damien. Okay. So still up with the live chat. Latency is 25 to 30 seconds. Oh, goodness. Is that 3-second delay now? Are you saying? Yeah, wow. That's really slow. Goodness. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, so I'm wondering, just bear in mind if I haven't gotten to your comment yet in the like exact moment, it's not you. It's me. It's that delay. God, I really thought I wasn't gonna go full potato this reaction. By the way, I figured out how to turn off the box that was there. Do we want the box to come back for a moment? Because it's really easy, turns out. The box is back. Hey guys, the box has returned. I'm going to turn it back off because I don't like it. Sorry, box. Your time is up. There we are. Also, I did buy an adapter, so we shouldn't be dying. Mid-battery. Woo! Are you going to Arizona, Julia? The moment I can. Yeah. There's so much fun stuff to be done in Arizona. So many cool people live in Arizona. So I need to go there. I'd want to go everywhere, to be honest. Maybe I should just go on like a little world tour, hang out with people. That could be fun. Okay. Autofocus knows what's up. Yeah. You reckon the delay is different for different users? Okay. Now I know what a onesie is. Yeah. All right. I'm thinking we should go to the food portion of the live stream. I know, it's almost like there was some planning involved in this particular live stream. We had the onesie and everything. All right. We're gonna go to the food. Get off fly. All right. Do you like my broken chopping board? I accidentally snapped it in half while I was cleaning it, and now it's a serving board. uh, all right. So we're gonna start with this. This is fairy bread. Do you guys have fairy bread where you are? So fairy bread is basically in like every childhood party, if you're an Aussie, there's going to be fairy bread. There's going to be fairy bread. And it is white bread with butter and hundreds and thousands on it. Did I bring them out? No. So white bread with hundreds and thousands. Because nothing says healthy party snack like carbs and balls of sugar. All right, we're gonna give this one a go. Hmm. Oh, it's been too long. It has been too long. Do you guys make fairy bread where you're from? Let's see what's happening in the chat. No fairy bread in Florida. You got donuts. Donuts are awesome. Upgrade your fairy bread by using Nutella instead of butter. You know what? I'm not here for those kinds of sacrilegious suggestions. It's got to be butter, okay? You don't understand. No, the Nutella actually does sound amazing, but I'm going to stick with the OG. Just for now. Mm-hmm. Ooh, toasted with icing? That sounds good. Never heard of fairy bread. Interesting. So maybe it is just a. It's really, really easy to make. If you have hundreds and thousands, you guys have hundreds and thousands. They're like the little ball sprinkles instead of the tiny, thin, almost tubey looking sprinkles. Just go get your white bread, put the butter on it, and put the sprinkles on it, and that is fairy bread. And this stuff goes hard at parties. Maybe it's just because it's so nostalgic. Yes, Space Wolf, go make them. Go make it. It's good. Vegemite on fairy bread? I don't think so. I don't think so. But I do have Vegemite here. I had to Google it hundreds and thousands. So, um, yeah, they're basically like little ball sprinkles, and we call them hundreds and thousands. Welcome to the official Food with Julia YouTube. I want to know, do you have like similar stuff? Do you guys have similar stuff where you're from? Someone mentioned like toast with icing. Oh no, we're getting slightly out of focus. Okay, that should be better. Yes! I can bring snacks. I've got more snacks here. What is the difference between Vegemite and Marmite? One of them is a lie. That's the difference. Vegemite. There is only Vegemite. Oh wow, 2 a.m. Thank you so much for joining, Andres. I really appreciate that. Um, okay. Mm. Oh God, photophobic, Martin. And I thought fairy bread is dead fairies on bread. Oh God. Also, in the choose poll between sugar glider and koala, so many of you referenced eating one of them or eating both or putting them in stews. That's that's intense. I don't know how I feel about that. Um, oh, okay. No difference since both suck. I am offended and will eat a whole spoonful of Vegemite in front of you as a rebuttal. I will later. Eating sweet things right now. It's nearly 1 a.m., but I'm going downstairs for food. Oh no. Well, if anyone asks why you suddenly have a midnight snack, you can blame the Aussie, where it's currently. Okay, so on to the next one. This one is a Lamington, and Lamingtons are basically sponge coated in like a chocolatey sauce type of thing. It's not a sauce, it does harden, but it's not like solid chocolate, if that makes sense. It's got like a cocoa kind of outside, and then it's dipped in coconut, like shredded coconut. So this is a Lamington. Normally they're much bigger, like you get them in the big squares. This is a Lamington finger. So it's a little bit of sponge. It's got like the chocolate on the outside, and then it's dipped in um in shredded coconut. Mukbang with the charismatic voice, a dream come true. Yes, we can totally do that. Although it would be a bit embarrassing when you see just how much I eat. I'm not a small person, okay? I need sustenance. Although we figured out recently that Elizabeth and I are around the same height, which is, another really cool thing to be able to connect on. Hmm. In Spain, we have for breakfast toast with olive oil, tomato, and ham. That sounds like a beautiful, savory breakfast. Hmm. You had Lamington beer last night. That sounds interesting. Coconut is a no-go for me. Fresh, yes, dried, no. Fair enough. Coconut is not a fancy flavor for a lot of people. I am going to eat some of this Lamington, though, just to prove that I do indeed eat them. Mm. Yes, we are both 6'8". Giants. You need that light bulb changed? No worries. Oh, had a Lamington at Epcot? What is Epcot? Hmm. The Australian full breakfast. Okay, so we call it a big brekkie. I'm sure it's going to be similar to the English breakfast. But our big brekkie is usually there is toast, bacon, and eggs. For the eggs, often they'll be fried, but you can probably elect for them to be poached. You can have like those little sausages. I never remember what they're called. Those tiny little breakfast sausages. You can have baked beans on there. You can have mushies on there. Hash browns. Hash browns are a definite. You need those hash browns. They're amazing. I just realized I've been out of focus for a little while, so I'm just going to bring us back into focus. There we go. And then turn that off again. I have learned my lesson. Yay. Okay. Epcot is one of the Disney parks. They have a lot of food festivals. Interesting. Okay. Mmm. Carterbox. Mark is here? Is Mark here? Where is he? Mark, where you at, man? Is it Mark or Alex? Wherever you are, I'm going to find stuff. Someone said, hey, at Carterbox. Where are you? I can't find you. There you are. Okay, so Carterbox says, yo, 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 congrats on 200K. Congratulations to you, Mark, because 100K, you did it. That is so awesome. And it's just so exciting when you see other people in your community, you know, just kicking ass, taking names, hitting those goals. I think that's amazing. So massive congrats to Mark and Alex and everyone else at Carterbox Academy, because you guys are killing it. And if you want more details about harsh vocals without it being an unorthodox, made up way of me perceiving sound, Mark's your dude. So congrats, super, super congrats on that 100K mark. That is really, really cool. But yeah, other than that, hash browns. So that's usually the big brekkie. Oh, and a grilled tomato. So just cut the tomato in half and they stick it on the pan and it grills the bottom of it. And that's our big breakfast. Sometimes they can add even more things on there. I typically don't go like the big breakfast because I don't like mushrooms. Well, I'll eat them, but they're kind of meh. Does your dentist watch your channel? Probably not. Thank God, right? Seeing me eat all this sugary stuff. Although I do floss. And every time I go to the dentist, they're like, wow, you actually floss. Because apparently they can tell. And I'm like, hell yeah, I floss. I don't want stuff stuck in my teeth. Beans for breakfast is not a good idea. You'll fart all day at work, pissing off people. Um, I don't really know if I've ever had an issue with that, if I'm honest. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's, I don't know. Um, anyway, uh, mushrooms taste like nothing to you. Well, that's very lucky. Um, you like having brekkie wraps? All right, cool. So we've caught up with that. Cool, 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 cool. All right. Okay. So moving on. So we've had the fairy bread. We've had the Lamington. Now I'm hopeful that, oh no, they definitely don't smell like roses. It's just not the baked beans that do it. Um, so we have party pies and party sausage rolls. So these are classic for Aussie parties as well. I will be eating one because they're awesome. Do you guys have these like mini like party pie things? Party pies, sausage rolls. Let me know. Is that what you have? Hmm. Mm. That is so true. Tank is so close to 100,000. Man, that's so cool. Anyway, do we like the party pies? Because I really like them. Oh, I'm eating the sausage roll first. Mmm. Pigs in a blanket. The red stuff on top is blood. No, I'm kidding. The red stuff on top is tomato sauce. I'm sorry, Americans don't have meat pies at all? How is that possible? What? I, what- I where did it? Sorry, I'm in shock. I Americans don't. You don't have pies. You don't have the glory that is the meat pie. Oh, it's like a whole thing here. Meat pies are like classic Aussie food. You need your meat pies. I didn't realize they were even Aussie food. I thought everywhere had meat pies. We do have meat pies. We call them Aussie pies. I mean, okay, fair. Fine. That's how it's got to be. Southerners in America do have meat pies. Okay, yeah, right. There's a bakery up the street from my house. Whew, dangerous place to be because their pies are so good. Their pastry on the top is like the best puff pastry. It's so flaky that usually when you get the pie, like let's pretend this is the mini version right here. You have the pie and then the flaky pastry has like puffed up almost like the same size as the pie underneath it. It's just, oh, it's so good. And then they use like real meat in it, not just like mushy minced stuff like what's going to be in this. Mm. Best pizza topping is pineapple. Sorry about it, guys. Okay, so you definitely have them in the UK. Good. I was getting concerned. I was like, I can't keep all this amazing meat pie-ness to myself. Mmm. Pot pies. I don't think we have those. You make meat pies and sausage rolls every weekend. Yeah, good. Hot pockets. Aren't those like the like bready things and then there's stuff in the middle of it and then you heat it up and the inside is always lava? That's what I've heard. We don't have those here. Or if we do, they're very well hidden and they've never been like in rotation as far as like the Aussie eating goes. No, please don't leave. I just like pineapple, okay? Gosh, it goes good with everything. We'll have to discuss this later, Cook. Okay. Oh no, Jason. We're all allowed to have differences of opinion, okay? Please don't let this be the thing that's going to like make you unsubscribe. There's going to be plenty of too honest comments in the future that I'm sure should have a better shot at that. If it's the pineapple, I'm sorry. I like what I like, okay? Pot pie's a microwave food. Carl, when I read your comment of someone send Julia a slab of Carlton Dry, I read the most wonderful time for a beer, and it's like it's the most wonderful time for a beer. Like that's how I hear it because the Christmas carols are already starting. Halloween's barely done. They got the wrapping out in the shops, which is crazy. Pineapple, it's a Queensland thing. Actually, I did used to live in the town that had the big pineapple. Just saying. The big pineapple is, well, it's a big pineapple and you walk up inside of it and it's on like a pineapple plantation and maybe that's why maybe that's why there's pineapple and everything. That's okay. Thank you for joining, Sadistico. Hit the apex. Respect, stand by your fruits. Yes, I will. It's not hurting anybody. Uh, oh no. Do you have a Twitch channel? I have like a channel that's like created for watching other people on Twitch, but I don't have an active Twitch channel. I don't understand a lot of like how to use Twitch, and clearly, as you've been able to see from my this and previous live streaming experiences, I'm not exactly what one would call the best at this stuff sometimes. If I put more time into it, I'd learn it, because if I am actively wanting to do something, if I was like gonna go, you know what, I'm gonna make this Twitch thing like a reality, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna want it to be really good. So unfortunately, I get some tunnel vision focus. It's really good for getting one particular task done, but if I am split up amongst different things, so at the moment we've got YouTube, we've got other stuff. We are split up. I was moderating another live chat. Oh, I'm not old, I'm vintage. Very nice. What is a Tim Tam? Let me share with you some of our beautiful biscuits, which I have heard is not the term used in America for anything sweet. Anyway, don't mind me just licking the tomato sauce off my fingers. So, shall I introduce you to some classic Aussie biscuits? Yes, let's do this. Twitch is like this, but for 8 hours at a time. I don't have that kind of time, guys. So I can't be a Twitch streamer, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go, y'all, talking about food and I just ate. Aww, still more work to do around the house. I'm sorry. I'm sharing these things and then we'll move past the food soon, I promise. All right, so first up, we have shapes. Shapes are like tiny little hexagon biscuits. These are savory. They're like this. That's 6 sides, right? Oh, thank God. It's like, what if it's not a hexagon and I've been imagining this wrong my entire life? So this is shapes and they are delicious. This is the barbecue flavor. Hello, childhood. Good. So, do you practice for gigs? You could stream that. No one wants to see my practices. Believe me, it's not pretty. My practices are where I make the grossest sounds that I can in order to maintain consistency with some of the techniques that try to leave me sooner. So, for example, I'm not a natural belter. I had to learn how to belt, and part of that was being able to make those gross noises and then feeling out the sensation and causing other things to happen so that my throat didn't overly constrict and I wasn't pressing from the vocal folds, and support had to continue developing. So it's all a bit of a thing. But yeah, maybe I could stream some concert-y type things. I don't know, but I wouldn't be streaming. Yeah, I probably wouldn't stream my practices because they're hideous. Okay. All right. Next one, before we move to the glory that is the Tim Tam. This is an iced Vovo. So for those of you that don't like coconut, you're probably not going to like these. Iced Vovo. So this one is another biscuit, or bicky, as we call them here. Another biscuit, and it's got icing with some jam in the middle, and it's dusted in shredded coconut, and it's delicious, and I could eat a whole packet of these. So I'm going to eat one and then put them away. Yeah, you can't afford to be self-conscious about your sound. You need to be fully comfortable making strange noises, which is why in the videos coming up, you are going to hear some strange noises from me, in particular to the Halloween reaction to Nightwish with Scaretail. Gonna make some strange noises in that. So I hope that you enjoy that. Yes, you've gained 10 pounds just watching me eat. You know that I haven't actually eaten everything, right? I'm just eating bits of everything. Mm. We have dog biscuits in Canada. I'm not eating dog biscuits. Although dogs do love shapes. You have to keep them out of it. Otherwise, they'll just take the plate off the table and just like, and eat it. Mm. Genuinely, please give us a better way that we can support you than Super Chat, Patreon, merch. You're unique in what you're doing. I want to support you going forward. Thank you so much, Carl. I understand that you guys have been asking for it, so I will put something in the works and see what we can do there. My main thing is I almost feel not necessarily wrong for like wanting to set up other ways that you can support me, but I already feel like I get so much from you guys as a community by being present and giving me suggestions and guiding me through things that perhaps I don't understand yet, like the harsh vocals. You guys were so helpful and understanding that sometimes there are going to be sounds that even for me as a singing specialist, I know that sounds weird. How can you be a singing specialist and not be studying harsh vocals? The thing with contemporary is there are so many genres that are so varied within contemporary that you could spend like your entire career just in musical theater and still have so much to learn about the different things that are necessary in order to sing musical theater well. So there's that. Rockeye says, I appreciate the good new music. Thank you, Rockeye. I appreciate you. All right. So Julia's finally a professional streamer. All right. Mm. But where were we up to? Yes, Elizabeth says strange noises for the win. Yes. I love strange noises. We had I had them. Okay, so I have undergrads, right? And part of the getting used to singing lessons with me is making really strange noises, and we're now getting to the point where there's not as much hesitation, and I'm so relieved because if you want to belt, you cannot have any kind of hesitation. If you want to create like a rattle or like strange character voices, you can't hold back. So I'm thrilled with them. They're doing good. Meanwhile, my musical theatre kids, they have been dealing with me and my strange noises for a while, so they are very much used to. I give them the weird noise and then they do the weird noise back to me, and it's great. Um, you make strange noises after you eat Taco Bell? Interesting, interesting, interesting. Ooh, doo doo doo. Where are we going? Oh god, the chat's gone strange. Do the recorded stuff of James Labrie. Is it Labrie? Like brie, like the cheese? I love brie. It's good. I just love cheese. All right. Demonic pig vacuum. I've been practicing my little piggy snort noises since Into the Hellfire. I always make random noises and my little sister tells me to shut up. Yes. Little siblings are always the one that are like, be quiet, you're so annoying. And so which I go, you just extended my practice by 45 minutes. Ha. Oh, Carl, thank you so much. You're a legend. What you're doing is wonderful. It's a wonderful new take on reaction analysis. Privileged to support. So looking forward to work with the AC crew. Yeah. Um, Taco Bell would be strange noises and strange smells. Some foods, they have a party in with your gut bacteria, and then your gut bacteria is like, this is a little wild for me, and they act up. All right, so we're almost through our foods. We had the iced Vovo, we had the shapes, and now we have reached our final one. Guys, we've hit the Tim Tams. And yes, this is double coat because Y is originally the thing. This double coat means there's a double coat of chocolate on the outside. Now, we know that I'm definitely not singing after this because chocolate is the one thing that coats my throat so badly that I cannot sing properly after it. I will sound like a gurgly mess. Do you actually watch shows like The Voice? No, if I'm honest, no. I've had people that I know go on shows like The Voice, and it's so you all know that it's not real, right? Like it's I don't know what to tell you. Like the voices are real of the contestants on there, but the structure, the responses, the way things go, it's not. Um, it's not just that happy, oh, it's a singing competition type of vibe. For it to run as smoothly as it does, things are planned. And for a lot of the people, um, for a lot of the people that are on those shows, they tend to be scouted amongst people who are already professional performers. So that's going to elevate the level of performance that you get from them. There is a difference between someone who is used to performing in front of a crowd and someone who's never had to do that before. And you're going to get more like entertainment TV value out of someone who knows how to perform. Yes, you'll find some people who are in the amateur sphere, and there's nothing wrong with being in the amateur area. That just means that, you know, it might not be your primary source of income. That's all it means. If you can still get paid for it, technically you're doing professional work. But those who their main thing is professional performance, they're going to be able to get more out of them on a show, and so you'll wind up with them getting scouted. Yeah. So I've had two friends actually who have been on The Voice, and another who was scouted to go on there because she's amazing, and she decided not to. And the way that they approach you is they can offer you places and a certain degree of getting through certain rounds. Awfully hard to do that if it's a competition and anything can happen, right? Um, so when things do go wrong, uh, I think it would go really, really wrong. But yeah, there's a lot of planning involved in those shows. I still listen to the shorts sometimes on YouTube because I just want to hear the singer. Like in The Voice Australia, there was one that I watched. Her voice was incredible. I was so shocked. I'll see if I can actually find it and I'll put it in the live chat. It was. She sang The Voice Within, and like it made my soul want to leave my body. It was so good. Yeah. Bella Taylor Smith, she sang The Voice Within on The Voice Australia. Oh my God, the flexibility, the dynamics, guys, oh. And she's got really sweet tone though. It is the kind of tone where, you know, it might not float everyone's boat. Um, but the skill, oh my God, I just was like, that's amazing. So that was Bella Taylor Smith singing The Voice Within. Just rocked my socks. Amazing. Yeah, absolutely. I agree, Elizabeth. And a lot of the time, the responses that they give them or the coaching that they provide, I'm like, could have just left them alone. And they probably would have done the same thing. But that's just me. The entertainment is very important. Of course it is, otherwise people are going to get bored. Um, but I do remember in the beginning of these shows where they used to have the audition rounds be more about everyone walks into a studio and they have a number. And in that case, you have people who do come from lots of different backgrounds and might not necessarily have been scouted. But now, no, you can't throw the kind of money that you need at a blind audition for The Voice without knowing that you're going to get something that you could actually use. It's expensive. Yeah, I'm also not a huge fan of. There's a difference between providing critique on what a vocalist is doing and bashing them. One can help, even though sometimes it might hurt our feelings, but at the end of the day, are you going to sit in your hurt feelings or do you want to get better? So your critique can be helpful if it's going to help them, if they can actually use it and apply it, then that is a helpful critique. To bash it, just to be like, I don't like your voice, I think it sounds bad, like that's not helpful. What is a singer meant to do with that? There's nothing they can do with that. So um, that's sort of where I'm at with that. Yeah, not sure about it. Mm. Yeah, Carl, I actually do. I have a review thing that I offer. It's like it's on my website, and if you go to the scheduler, there'll be packages that you can buy. Anyway, that's like a Tim Tams. So this is the Tim Tam. Oh, it's melting on my fingers. You're gonna hear more of those like chocolate like sucking off sounds because I'm gonna be like that. I'm so sorry. Um, this is a Tim Tam, and it is double coated chocolate, and on the inside, uh, so good. One moment. So this has like a layer of like almost like a moussey chocolate in the middle, and there's like wafery biscuit on either side, and then it's covered in double chocolate. Oh, it's so good. Like just the crunch you get. Maybe I should have a giveaway, and the giveaway is just like a million packets of these because they're worth it, 100%. And I'm not scared of international shipping. I'll send it to you guys. Mm. There are lots of videos from former contestants that would stop anyone from wanting to audition. Yeah. So one of my friends who actually went on these shows, um, I don't know if you'd remember, but there was an opera singer who fainted in her blind audition. Yeah, they made it look like she'd made a mistake, or like, oh, she was so overwhelmed. She was overwhelmed because they kept her for 12 hours without food and water, not telling her when she would actually be able to go on. That's why she fainted. And this was someone who performs professionally. So I was really unhappy hearing that that had happened to her, because usually you have a schedule or an idea of when you're going to perform, and it's not a good idea to take on a heap of water before you sing because you can wind up a little bit gluggy. Having like a sip of water, the thing was she didn't have a bottle on her, so she couldn't be sipping the entire time, or maybe she'd like run out and couldn't go get another one or anything, but she wasn't allowed to have anything on her, and they weren't telling her when she was going to go on stage. And so she was there from like 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. and still hadn't gone on yet, and hadn't been told when she was going to go on. So you can't leave to go get anything, because then what if you're called to go on? Like you have to be able to go on. So I wasn't impressed with that. And I was really sad that they turned that into a focus on her audition. And I'm going, she is a professional with an incredible voice, and you're using this as like a ploy for her. Do you know how much that probably felt for her as a professional to faint on stage? It's not for playing up sympathy, believe me. If you've been working in the professional sphere and you have a moment which looks vaguely unprofessional, that really, really just it can mess with you, because that will sit with her. I don't know if it has sat with her because she's gone and done amazing things. And anyway, it sits with you when you screw up in a professional environment. You generally don't forget it. And to fall on stage, to be fainting on stage, yeah, not impressed. Hmm. Hmm. Finish it, please. Okay. Oh God, it's melting so badly. I'm gonna open the window again while I chew. So sorry for all the crunching noises. Ow. Whew. Huzzah. Whew. Oh no, it went dark right as I went away. Hello, guys, I am back. Sorry. I don't know if for some of you, like, the whole eating thing is, like, gross, because I know some people can't stand mukbangs for that very reason. So I'm super sorry if the food thing was a little bit gross for you guys, but those are some Australian snacks. Please check and adjust the mic. Okay. There we are. Are we still connected to the AirPods? 1 second. Troubleshooting sound. What, you just slam the whole thing in your mouth? So I don't have any, like, I don't usually Tim Tam Slam because the aim of the Tim Tam Slam is to chew on, like, either corner, and then you can, like basically drink a liquid through it, almost like a straw, and then you slam the whole thing in your mouth. So I don't know if I want to demonstrate. I probably should demonstrate, shouldn't I? I'm just going to do the slamming part, guys, because why the hell not? Be prepared for some crunching after this. It's going in. So chocolatey. Wow. Yeah, we're putting these away. Gonna have to feed them to my housemates, I think, otherwise I will eat the whole damn tray. This just became a very dark live stream. I'm so sorry. Question. Should singing and rapping be considered in the same way? In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. So I work with both. I've worked with people who rap. I've worked with people who predominantly sing. I've worked with people who have to do both. And my undergrads, who I teach for the degree that I run, it focuses on all different kinds of vocal delivery. So we have our singing vocal delivery, but we also have units which focus on rap vocal delivery. And the approach is different in that the spectrum of pitch that you move through in a connected musical way is slightly different. And the breathing is slightly different. Like I said earlier when Elizabeth asked me about how Psyche gets through those long phrases, the breathing for rapping is less about making sure you have a consistent expulsion of air, and it's almost like you're rapping on as little air as you possibly can. The other thing that I think people underestimate with rapping is just how much breath management comes into it, but it's a different style of breath management. Articulation and being able to handle tone. So tone and cadence is a key component of rap, which can feel a little bit foreign sometimes to a singer. Even though singers are used to making noises, rappers have a cadence where they set up their own motifs. They play with different depths and widths in their sound in order to create almost like something that's like percussive and has a flow in that way. So it's a slightly different vocal application. They both have things that are difficult about them and things that are not so difficult. So for example, for a vocalist who wants massive range, well, a rapper's not really going to have to focus on having a huge amount of range in that same way that we perceive singers might. What a rapper might be able to do, though, that they may have to explore further is different kinds of sounds that might explore into the upper or lower range. So you might have noticed that some rappers get popular off tiny little weird noises that they make, and without being willing to explore those sounds, then they can't incorporate them into their particular delivery style. But yeah, flow is not as easy to settle into as you think it might be, and part of that is cadence. Yeah, I actually quite like hip hop and rap, and there are some people who are like, rap isn't music. It's like there's actually a whole lot of musical things involved in being a good rapper, because there's a bunch of like not so great rap out there. And by great, I mean if you're looking at like the quality of like a few key things. So you've got um uh yeah, you've got your cadence, you've got your content, and your particular delivery style. So all of those things combine into whether you do any of those well or not. So I quite like hip hop, and I really enjoy listening to people who are very good at what they do. Um, yeah. Can you talk about the cross training, as say for performing Hamilton? I would definitely say that they would have had to have hired people who can already rap for going into that one. Um, Culturally, and I didn't really want to bring up culture, but culturally, I think being able to sing and rap, it, it's not necessarily something that we see in the industry focused as like a dual skill. You might have rappers who can sing every now and again, and then you might have singers who can drop into almost like a rappy tone, but it's not fully rapping. Um, but yeah, I think for Hamilton, this is going to sound bad. I didn't find the execution of certain elements of Hamilton to be quite as strong as it could have been. I'm sorry. I loved Hamilton. I really enjoyed it. Um, and I do think they had some absolutely incredible vocalists in there. Um, but yeah, there were elements of it where it's like that probably could have been done a little better. And there's nothing wrong with that. I do think that it's hard when you have that cross training element where you have to be able to do both. Um, and because of that, you wind up with people who absolutely smash the singing part, and they do a good job of the rapping part, but it's not going to be to the same standard as the singing. Or they absolutely smash the rapping part, and perhaps their singing is not quite as strong. Um, I do think that sorry, I just saw something in the live chat. I do think that there's a lot that goes into it, and part of that will be changing up your vocal technique and ensuring that you're going for the most efficient sound as possible. Because for the Hamilton cast, they're having to perform live multiple times a week. And so you can't have inefficiency in one of your techniques because that will wear down your instrument, and then you'll have inefficiency in your other technique, and then that will continue to wear down instrument, and then you wind up at the end of the tour with voice problems, which is actually what they had. So let us keep going. Roxy says, "Congrats, Julia. Your videos bring me so much joy, and thanks for educating us about Aussie snacks." Yeah, no worries, guys. Oh, Tank's here. Hey, Tank, you're so close to 100K. So close to 100K, man. You're like this close. So excited. So exciting. Oh wait, did he hit it? Did he already hit it? One moment. Tank the tech. Yes! Ah, cool. Guys, Tank just hit 100K. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, moving on, moving on. Oh, Tank's like, thanks, but this stream is about Julia. It can be about you too. Goodness, it's cool you listen Tank know each other. Yeah, well, we've kind of known each other for a really long time, actually. Now, I mean, it's been a year. Cool, 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 cool. Alrighty. So I think I'm going to progress into some thank yous now. We've had our snacks, we've had our chats, we've broken down a little bit of the singing techie stuff from different things, and I think now is some time for some thank yous. So the first people that I would actually like to thank are you guys as the subscribers. I've mentioned it lots of times before, but I truly and sincerely couldn't be doing what I'm doing without you guys. It's incredible and sometimes overwhelming the amount of support that I get from you guys as a community. It really, really means a lot, and it does keep me moving and wanting to put up more content, because sometimes, as you guys know, I get a little bit busy with things that are outside of YouTube, and that can be very overwhelming. And there have been a few things that have happened this year that were overwhelming for me. And knowing that there are those little pockets of community that I can go to that do have that support and that engagement and enjoy sharing what I enjoy sharing, it really means a lot. And I'm so thankful to be able to have you guys as my community, and am hoping that we can continue to build it and that I can do more for you guys in the future, because like Carl said, like support, but from that support, there are also going to be other things that perhaps I can do to increase our like community connection, maybe play games, set up Patreons. We've got the Discord there, and I am fairly active in the Discord. Sometimes I just disappear. I just go dark for a while because I'm doing other things. But yeah, I think that it's actually incredible. So thank you all so much, all 200K of you, for sharing this stuff with me. It's incredible. The second lot of people that I would like to thank are my fellow reactors. You guys have been, again, another amazing source of support. There is some behind the scenes stuff that is hard to understand if you're not also going through it, and so I really appreciate being able to reach out to you guys. We share like our YouTube war stories of things going wrong, or this happened and that happened, and it's great to have you guys there as a support. So Mark and Alex at Cartervox, you got Chase as well. He's a fantastic friend. And then you have Tank as well, Tank the Tech. We've got like a few other people that we chat with, and then of course we have Elizabeth and Kirk at Charismatic Voice, who are probably some of the first people that I ever reached out to, because I just wanted to be able to talk voice pedagogy and YouTube with someone who would understand that particularly unique circumstance. And Elizabeth and Kirk have been amazing people in their support of helping me get the most out of my channel within obviously the limits of what I can currently work with, and then helping me when I'm like max stressed out on something because I've never come across it before. You guys always get back to me and help me and share so much with us as a community that it's been amazing. And I love our tea time chats and being able to catch up with you guys. And yeah, so thank you to Elizabeth and Kirk as well for their support there. I am sort of a bit of a one-woman show, but on my Discord, I'm not just a one-woman show anymore. I do love chatting with my Discord gang. We have Mystic, who is my moderator, and I think we're making a pretty good team at the moment. Luckily, my Discord is full of awesome people. The Discord is just, we're chill. We're a chill Discord. We share memes, funny videos. We talk about music and singing and in general, and we bash sea cucumbers. Not bash as in like physically, but we blame all of the world's problems on sea cucumbers, and it's a bit funny. So that sea cucumber conspiracy is there. So I love my Discord gang. And for Mystic, she's been awesome. I went to do I wasn't sure what I was doing with my hands there, so we'll just pretend I had a little moment where I was not working. My brain and hands didn't work together. Yeah, those are kind of the people who have been in my community, who have been helping me along the way. So you guys as my subscribers, my community, my reactor friends, other people who I've been able to chat with through Discord, moderators, people who help me even when I didn't necessarily ask for it, by letting me know that things have happened in the community, or sharing things with me that I haven't seen yet, or just making sure that I'm like on the right, not necessarily trajectory, but like if something is happening that's maybe not so great, you guys let me know and give me a chance to sort of adjust where we're heading, so that we keep staying in that super positive, connected mindset no matter where we are, whether we're on YouTube or on Discord. So yeah, other than that, it's just me and the Julias. We're kind of here in Australia, making stuff happen. We're teaching at a few different places. We're editing, we're captioning, we're making sure we go back and double checking our informationing, we're researching, we're doing all these things so that I can try to give you guys the best that I can. Sometimes it might not always be 100% perfect, or I'll be looking at a video and go, oh, I wish I'd said this a different way. But yeah, it's been wonderful. So thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for 200K. All right, I'm gonna look back at the chat now. I've said my thank yous. You all know how much you mean to me now. Jason's like, you'll hit 600K soon. Of course, by then Elizabeth will be at 2.5. Yes, she will. uh, all right, we got some stuff. David says, could you do an official reaction to the Polish band Moonlight song? List Z Raju Maya Kanaska. I'm pronouncing that wrong, definitely. Is a female vocal legend in the metal world. Ooh, I'm gonna copy paste that because I won't remember how to spell it. Do 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 do. Good. I would, well, J Wormy, I would like to thank the sea cucumbers because without them I would never have found Julia's channel. Fine, I guess they can have that one to their name as well. I mean, if we're gonna blame them for global warming, we can blame them for you finding my channel too. All right. It's wonderful to know you too, Elizabeth. It's, yeah. Goodness. Yeah, okay. Have a good night, Nicole. I really appreciate those of you who are in crazy time zones coming to hang out. Like, super duper appreciate it. You make musicology cool. Thanks, Peter. Yes, I will use this for stress relief. I mean, sometimes it's stressful. Like the moment this live stream finishes, I'm going straight back to editing because, oh my gosh, do we have things lined up tonight? That first Halloween video is going live tonight. I'm not kidding. There was a clue in there. Anyway, so the Halloween video is going live tonight. It'll probably be at 11 p.m. AEST because I know that that time zone is a little better for my people in the Northern Hemisphere, depending on where you are, of course. So I'm going to be putting that up at 11 p.m. The Nightwish Scare Tale reaction, I will be putting up like a little premiere link for you guys to set it to notifications or anything like that. So trust me, you're gonna want to see this one. I put in the work, okay? I wanted to do something really fun for you guys. Oh, Carl again? You're lovely. Every success. Thank you for contributing to the scene and all you bring to it. You guys are amazing. Matthias again says, Julia, thanks for bringing people together here and for educating us. It's interesting and so much fun. It's about 2:45 a.m. over here. Good night, y'all. Good night. Thank you so much for making it. Oh, wow. Where does one put in the request for the Julia Nylon charismatic voice, matic voice, phasmophobia machine? What? That's amazing. We need to build it. If we can dream it, we can build it. The red hair alone is worth the price of admission. Thank you for being so appreciative of the gingerness. I like it. It works way better than the dark blonde. Love the Nylon Discord community. Yes. Mystic, you're still here. You're awesome. God. Most of all, thanks to the Julia for the content. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. This is awesome. Can you do an analysis of Nanowar Steel Thou Hallelujah? I could. Yeah, Halloween. So excited. Sorry, I'm getting so like all over the place now. Thank you for making my Northern European evening so happy. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Hey, no fair. Holothurian sea cucumbers are harmless. Tell that to the divers that got squirted in the eye and went blind. I'm of course kidding. The divers were wearing goggles, but that stuff can make you go blind. Just saying. When did you discover your passion for music? Oh, that's such an interesting question. Um, I'd have to think on that one because it wasn't necessarily even when I started music. Does that make sense? Like sometimes you start something and you don't realize you love it until you hit a particular point in that journey. I definitely love music I'm probably at like peak love and music like at the moment because I've been able to explore so much cool stuff. Like I have so much fun listening to the songs you guys request, and it makes me happy. It makes me so happy. Delightful as always, even given my weakness for redheads and the Aussie accent. No, don't doubt you are one of the best. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Where are we? So late to the party. Many apologies. No worries, Randall. Yes. So everyone, I hope you have a happy, safe Halloween. I don't know what your plans are. Hopefully it's attending the premiere for Night Witch Scare Tale later because we have a surprise. There is a surprise. Ooh, the flies are like, leftover meat pie. Gosh. Alrighty. Well, I feel like maybe it's time to wrap us up there. I would at the is your sugar kicking in? Um, maybe, maybe it is. You have two of your favorite channels live streaming at the same time. Dang. Any favorite horror movies? Uh, I can't watch horror movies. I'm terrible with them. I get such bad nightmares. Like I get like lucid nightmares, but I don't realize I'm in a lucid nightmare, but it feels super real. Um, and that's why I can't watch horror movies because I'll be sleeping and be like, "Oh, remember that creepy little demon girl from Case 59 or Case 57 or whatever it was? Yeah, she's now in your room, and now you can never ever get up." Ah. So I don't really watch horror movies because I mentally can't handle it. Like I was 12 years old watching The Haunted Mansion. I mean Eddie Murphy, like the kids show, The Haunted Mansion, and I was 12 in front of all of my classmates because they played it in school in the class. And I was the one with my head down on the desk and my hands over my ears because I couldn't watch it. I was gonna have nightmares, and I'm like 12 years old, and it's just that one scene with the skeletons, and it's not even that scary as an adult, but I was terrified, and I'm still to this day am not. I can't cope. I cannot cope with the horror movies. The biggest sook. The biggest sook. Please use a Tim Tam as a straw to show the uninitiated. You know what? I will prepare for the Tim Tam Slam next time, but I might upgrade the Aussiness of the Tim Tam Slam and drink Milo through it. Because there are still some Aussie foods that I did not introduce today. Um, Adorin Trigger Happy says, "Hey Julia, congrats on 200k. Finally got you to Spirit Box do more. Did you say Scary Tale? Yay, love to show Annette. Yes, I reacted to Scare Tale. That will be premiering tonight. Be there. It's gonna be good." Rod says, "Hello Julia from New Jersey. I keep watching your bandmate video for Freedom repeatedly because of how much you enjoyed. Have you seen Love Bites? I haven't seen Love Bites yet, but I will be getting around to it." Kirk says, "Can we have a onesie party where we watch Tremors with Elizabeth?" What's Tremors? Is that a horror movie? Is what is it? Because I can't horror movie. What's Tremors? Case 39, not 59. Thank you, Mystic, for reminding me of the specific movie with which I sustained more horror movie trauma. Gosh. Yes, of course we can have a onesie party though, Kirk. I'm down for literally any kind of party where we get to hang out because I'm sure it will be a blast and we can invite all the subscribers if we want. That'd be fun, I think. Let's have like some kind of community onesie party. I would totally hang out with you in my pajamas watching horror movies. You'll be watching me cry in the corner. I would literally just be like hiding in my onesie, not able to cope. Oh, don't expect an answer, never mind. Thank you for making so many people's evenings so happy. Cool people in your tribe. Was there a question from Hit the Apex? I'm gonna scroll back up. Sci-fi The Expanse. Where is the question? Oh. I can't find it. Oh, I have hiccups. Oh no, I have hiccups. Tremors is a comedy about worms? No, I don't believe you at all because I've got Elizabeth two messages up going no, which takes no, I mean, no. I'm not doing it. If Elizabeth is saying no with that much emphasis, there's no way in hell you're getting me to agree. I'll still onesie party though. You can watch rom-coms. Or thrillers. I'm fine so long as the bad guy is human because humans can die. You can get the bad guy that's human. But a ghoul or a monster or a ghost, you can't. You're immediately at a disadvantage. I don't like those odds. What do you do to get rid of hiccups? Thankfully, that was only like a little hiccup. I thought it was going to go into like full-blown hiccups. My secret for getting rid of full-blown hiccups though, because mine are so aggressive, I feel my diaphragm like almost like punching up. Like that's how aggressive it is, which is not a pleasant feeling at all for that to be happening. Um, the way that I get rid of them is I drink on the opposite side of a cup or I drink upside down. Shall I demonstrate? I'm going to demonstrate. So this is a straw bottle. This is my beautiful 1 liter filtered water bottle. Anyway, this is going to look weird, but I'm going to do it anyway. Here we are, getting ready to sugar glide. All right, so you basically drink upside down. So if this is here and you are drinking, you're going upside down. And you drink the water until it feels like the hiccups are gone. So basically, you just keep drinking water upside down until it feels like you've run out of air and you can no longer drink water. And that's how it works. Rod says, suggestion for Love Bites, Swan Song. They're Japanese, but singer sings in English. They were on tour with Dragon Force. Cool. Yeah, see, Elizabeth is down for the rom-coms and the onesies. Yes, good. We have to get Julie to play D&D. I have heard that you have to like act out funny voices to play D&D. Is that true? Because if that's true, I wanna play. I love making weird character voices. It's my favorite. It has Kevin Bacon in it. Nothing he does is serious. I mean, his last name is Bacon. Does this anti-hiccup technique work on stage? Um, in case you haven't noticed, I tend to do what I want. So if I get hiccups on stage, I'm just gonna drink the water upside down on stage from a water bottle and let people laugh at me, and that's fine because you can always connect with your audience when you act human. Does that make sense? Like that if something goes wrong, the worst thing you can do is act as if it's like a big deal, even if it has gone like really, really wrong, because that almost disrupts the feeling of safety with the audience that they have with you. So, if something's gone wrong, like I have the hiccups, you can quite easily move past that by just letting them know what has happened and making a joke about it, making fun of yourself. I've got no issue making fun of myself on stage in front of people. If they're laughing, I'm good with it. And then just fix it that way. Whatever you do, stay away from the documentary Demon House about a real house of non-human things based on a true story with actual real footage. Based on a true story, I can't. No, thank you. Would you and Elizabeth do the flower duet? I would love to sing the flower duet with Elizabeth. I don't know if I feel like I'd let her down though, but I'd give it a crack because it's well within my what used to be my soprano range. Like easy, easy peasy as far as range goes. I don't think I'd get the same quality out of my sound for that particular setup as like say Elizabeth, who is a professional with using that particular setup, but I would definitely give it a good crack. And I would have fun doing that. Oh no, we're going to sleep again. There we are. I glitched. I glitched back. Mm. Six Tremors. How have I never heard of this? I feel like the only horror movies that I can think of at the top, off the top of my head, are like Hereditary, The Hills Have Eyes. Um, is Children of the Corn? Is that a horror movie or is that just a thriller? I don't know. I don't look at horror. I'm so sorry. I'm not about that life. Okay. Yes, and you play as them? I have to play D&D, guys. I don't know the rules. I'm willing to be initiated. And you best believe I will commit. I will commit to the voice the entire time. I got no shame. I will live in that. Your comment about being human is part of what drew me to your YouTube channel. You analyze but are not afraid to show your emotions either. Yeah, I think that's a really, I think that's really important, and in particular for the contemporary performance realm, we have more of an opportunity to actively interact with our audience. It's not the same as like a recital where you know your audience is there and they're watching you, but you're not necessarily, you can't like speak to them directly. You can sometimes, but for contemporary in particular, any opportunity you have to connect with your audience in some way makes for a performance that feels different. It's going to be a unique experience because of the people that were there with you, interacting with you. And I kind of view part of my job as the singer on entertaining the hell out of people, producing something that sounds good because that's what people who come to see you deserve. They deserve to have something that is quality for what they're paying for, but also to create like a unique experience where there was interaction. I think this is also why I tend to prefer smaller performances where, you know, maybe it's 200 people max in the room compared to huge like stadium concerts, because I almost feel like there's so much more distance and I can give so much more in one of those smaller intimate concerts than if I was in like a huge space. Um, so yeah, just make it feel real and just have genuine interactions, and people like that. It I like that. I think it's really important. We play D&D on Twitch. Yes. Okay. I wish to play. I will commit. I promise. I I will do that. Someone sent me a thing. Wait, did it disappear? I need to scroll back up because that was from Rod still. Yeah, okay. You solved the box we came. Um, thanks, Thomas. Oh, thanks, Chill. That's really nice of you to say. That reaction like screwed me up. I was crying. Yeah. And I cried while editing it as well. Like no joke. The hurt reaction, I cried. Um, the snuff reaction was also like a really, really close one where sometimes even when I see it 2 or 3 times, there's still that really strong emotional connection there. Shaun of the Dead. Okay, so slightly different when it's comedy horror. I can watch those. So Shaun of the Dead was pretty funny. Hereditary is a savage of a horror film. I feel like that would be true. I'm one of those, okay, so I'm one of those people in the movie theaters. You know how you go see a movie and whatever it's being rated, usually they'll assume that they can show other movies within that rating. Um, I'm the one in the movie theater who, the moment I sense a horror trailer coming on, I'm there with my eyes closed. So I actually legit do this. I'll have my thumbs over my ears and my hands over my eyes because I don't want to see the trailer, because and I have to cover my ears because I'm so greatly affected by whatever the soundscape is that I will start to get scared just from listening to the music and the things that have been set up in that trailer. So I am the world's biggest sook when it comes to horror movies. I can't stand them. I will hide like a baby in the theater. It doesn't matter if people around me are like, "What is she doing?" It doesn't matter. I can't. I cannot. Whisper Mason. Um, I will. I can't make any promises on that one anymore. Right, Mystic? Legit traumatized you. Wow. Mystic and I are similar in some ways. So if she's like, it was trauma for her, there's no way in hell I'd be able to watch it. No way. Hear no evil, huh? Yeah, I can't because the music, if it's correctly spooky, it will affect me. Hearing snuff and hurt for the Hearing snuff and hurt messed me up. Something serious. Also happy 2 a.m. Thanks, Trust. That's really lovely of you to send through. Yes, snuff just it's it's difficult to remain focused on just the technical side of things when a story that someone is telling is similar to perhaps feelings that you've had to explore before. And one of the things that I liked about Snuff is that it also explored emotions that sometimes people don't like to acknowledge. That even if they have been hurt, if they have been wronged by another person, there's still some of their own behavior that can also almost have like a bit of, I don't want to use the word toxic because I feel like that's thrown around so much now. Um, but your own behavior can be hurting you further and be so conflicted between still having positive emotions or what used to be a positive emotion for someone, but at the same time, it's almost like you increase your own cycle of hurt because there are some behaviors that you actually did that might have contributed to whatever the situation was. That still doesn't mean that you like deserved anything or by any means, but I feel like sometimes we don't explore enough in media or in other songs, probably more so, but just in general in the media, we don't like to acknowledge that sometimes our own choices can contribute negatively to a situation. And while it's not fair, those feelings are still real and they're still there and they're still part of it. So I really like Snuff because I think it explores both his pain of the situation. There are those slightly vindictive feelings that he acknowledges in there that are perhaps obviously not great either, but he acknowledges them and they weave into how he thinks and feels about this person in direct contrast to the positive feeling he used to have for them. So I really, really like it. Um, I love it. I think it's good. So we had Frank Salvato. You and Elizabeth should add scary pockets to your reactions. One of the founders is also a founder of Patreon. Think Postmodern Jukebox, but super funky. Okay, interesting. Brian, you have a soothing voice. If it had fur, I would cuddle it and squeeze it forever and evers. That is adorable. Yeah, Tool Sober. God, that was another one. My background with the Tool Sober one and why I feel so strongly about it is I personally haven't gone through what he described, but I have had people who have been close to me and close to my family who have, and it's it's really, really difficult seeing people that you know fall to a place where to them it feels like there aren't any other options because something feels a certain way and they just don't want it to feel bad anymore. Um, and that struggle there, it's yeah. So Tool was the Sober was another one that yeah unsettled me a little bit because of that. So it does feel different when the context of the song is something that you can really connect to in some way. It just adds that extra layer of experience, I think, there because it's no longer a concept. It's something that you've actually either witnessed or have gone through or something. Anyway, I need to stop waxing poetic about all these songs and their amazing exploration of the human condition. Some music is not just music, it is also art, yeah. Maybe do a reaction video to any Diana Krall song. I actually can't react to Diana Krall because it wouldn't be a first time reaction because Diana Krall was one of the voices that I listened to when I was studying jazz. I guess I could find some. Um, Another person I really liked listening to who almost gives me a similar feeling to Diana Krall is Melody Gardot, because I think she's wonderful. Sabaton and Livstid I Krieg. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Vixard says, congrats, Julia, on hitting 200K. Tank the Tech just hit 100K. Yeah, you did. Yeah, yeah. Cool. Yes, thank you. Greetings from Germany. Hello. Experience. Little hug. Thank you. Hit the apex. Got to check out some Alice in Chains. Yeah, I will. Okay. I'll check out some Alice in Chains at some point. I've got so much stuff lined up that I want to be able to do with you guys, and it's going to be exciting. The moment December hits and I'm not working like every single day of my life outside of YouTube, it's on. Bruno, you look like my ex. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Uh, I'm sorry. I don't I can't change that. I'll I can pull the hat down if you the hood down if you want. I would love you to react to Eat by Poppy. Oh, good humble brag, Bruno. Oh, that's a nice indirect compliment there, but also sorry, Bruno. Um, Daydreaming by Bandmade. Instead of reactions to artists you're so familiar with, I bet a lot of us would love to hear about your influences and why you studied them and enjoy them. Absolutely, I would love to do that. I have a lot of really incredible vocalists who have definitely inspired me throughout my journey. Um, One of them is Cynthia Erivo. She has this gorgeous song which is written by Scott Allen, who composed this. God, it's been a while. It was a while ago. I'd have to look up the exact year, but it's been out for a while, like a good, I want to say good 8 years, maybe longer. Um, uh, God, it's not even the first one that pops up. 2015 was when that came out, or when it's uploaded to YouTube, but 2013 is the first recorded performance of her singing Anything Worth Holding On To. That song F's me up, guys. I can't, when I sing it, I have tears in my eyes. I'm like crying by the time I get to the end of that sing. And I sing it with her, I sing it by myself. It's just incredible. I love it. But I love her. Her voice just endlessly inspires me. Cynthia Erivo, I think she's incredible. Power, range, sensitivity. And I love the fact that her voice isn't this perfect, beautiful sound all the time. So she can convey those harder emotions really, really well. There's like a twang and a grit and like a sob through her sound sometimes that just it can mess one up. She's a musical theatre singer, and I don't necessarily listen to a heap of musical theatre singers religiously, but I will listen to Cynthia Erivo because she is incredible and she has endlessly inspired me for years now. Um, Also, recent inspiration, Big Mama. Oh my God, just absolute singer inspo. I still cannot get over it, just how good they are. Wow. Gary says, "Hey, amazing channel, love your night core and home free viz." Yeah, cool. I actually need to do more home free soon. I hate YouTube at times because they keep taking my comments under a particular Cartervox Academy upload. Oh, what are your what are your comments? That's so weird. How sometimes people get removed from because I've had other people say their comment got deleted as well, and I'm like, I definitely didn't delete that. Um, yeah, I there are times where YouTube just does strange things. Like it'll unsubscribe people and people will comment and be like, I swear I was subscribed to you. And then suddenly I'm unsubscribed. I don't know. Um, Breeze Smith the Jedi says, I can't stick around, but congrats on the 200K. I love your videos, especially the metal ones. Yeah. Thank you so much. That's you guys, your support is incredible. Yes, help us discover great artists that you admire. I will. Also, I do love Nora Jones. I love when I'm needing to pitch a major seventh, I use Don't Know Why, the start of Don't Know Why, because it's the opening interval is a major seventh. So I love that. Uh, Congrats, Julia. Found you through Elizabeth. You two are some of the greatest. 4 in the morning here. Thank you so much for that commitment. 4 a.m. Wow. And yeah, we are pretty cool. Well, Elizabeth is pretty cool. I just like music and hanging out. All right. So, seriously, has no one heard the new Duran Duran album? No? Sorry, no. Duran Duran still exists. My thoughts exactly, Jason. Don't know how to respond to that one. Hey, in December, when you have time and you're going hard on YouTube, make sure to take some time off too. So many great YouTubers burn themselves out. This is true. So maybe I should schedule some downtime. Although I won't be like taking time off. I just won't be teaching at least at the uni, but I'll be doing like syllabus development and making sure unit outlines are planned and going well and going forward and everything's working out with the new cohorts and stuff. So there's still lots of adminning to do, but I will have more time for things. Like last year, I did like a 12 days of Christmas. I don't know what I'm going to do this year. Not sure. Anyway, um, try listening to Monster Mash by Jeff Castellucci. Okay. Actually, you guys asked me to react to My Mother Told Me by Voice Play. I think I'll be checking that one out soon, I think. Any thoughts of finally doing some more Tool? Yeah, it's in the list. I would love to do some more Tool, see some more Maynard. Um, I think that would be really awesome. Because musically, I also want to check out some more Dream Theater. Dance of Eternity just sits in the back of my head and just rotates. I'm like, this is so cool. Um, anyway, I still rewatch your reactions of Morissette. They are awesome. Hell yes, Morissette has new music coming out and I want to dive on into it. So make a suggestion on my latest video if there is a specific new Morissette song that you want to react because I'd love to give some attention and dive into some of her originals because I've heard her do covers. I've heard Akin Kanalang and I want to see some new Morissette. So I'd love it if you could make suggestions under my most recent video on what you want to see or maybe wait for one of the Halloween videos to come out and comment it onto that. Um, Oh, Elizabeth. Sending you so many congratulations once again, Julia. Have some hot dinner calling my name, but couldn't leave without sending many more congrats. You're awesome. Thank you so much for joining me, Elizabeth, and I'm sure Kirk is going to have to wander off to have dinner as well. But thank you so much to the both of you for joining me today. That's really, really lovely to have your support and presence here in the live chat. Um, you saw Dream Theater live? That's really, really cool. I bet it would be. I just have like so sometimes there are things that happen in the music that I notice but can't quite articulate what's happening because my level of musicianship hasn't had to delve quite as deep as, say, someone who is an instrumentalist in that way on being able to articulate what's happening if it's happening really quickly. But there are things that happen that I have enough musicianship to recognize has occurred. And it gives me this, if you ever see me listen to something and I have this reaction in my body, like that, that means that something has happened where there's something in the music that is flippin' awesome and I can't articulate what it is, but it happened and it made me feel things and it sits in my body and it comes out physically instead of verbally. So if you see that happen, you know that there's something groovy happening musically. That's awesome. Bye, Kirk. Gotta run, love what you do. Thank you so much, Kota Hundo. Thank you so much for joining me. You saw DT live, that's awesome. Citizen Queen, I know Citizen Queen. I once set one of their songs for some of my younger musical theatre singers because I wanted them to explore more individual harmonies as opposed to group harmonies. That was really fun. Is that a hamster onesie? No, I'm a sugar glider. I do like this onesie. Um, hey, Julia, love your channel. And I've seen Home Free live. That's really cool. I would love to be in the countries where these tour, but in Australia, so many bands don't wind up making it out here. Or if they are, they're at a festival where maybe I don't want to see anyone else. And then you have to pay for this like super expensive festival ticket, and you're just like, but I just want to see this one person because they're awesome. Hi from South Korea. Hello. How you doing? Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope you're all having a good weekend. You almost thought it was an Eevee onesie at first glance. I wish it was an Eevee onesie, but I do like the sugar glider. You had the sugar glider or the koala to choose from, and you guys chose the sugar glider, so this is what we get. I'm actually kind of glad because the koala onesie is a little bit tighter than this one, and I think I'd be sweating like crazy in it. I'm sweating already in this one just to give you guys too much information, but that's kind of where I'm at with that. I may need to de-sugar glider soon. Generic user says, another metalhead checking in here to say, I really appreciate your attention to the genre. Hope you check out Children of Bottom to pay homage to the late Alexi Laiho on guitar vocals. RIP Alexi Wildchild. Okay, Children. I actually have that one in the list because remember a while ago I put a community post together asking you what your inspirations were. That band was listed quite a few times as people's inspiration for how they got into metal, like their top 3 metal things. Julia, congrats. If you get a chance, please read back and find my comment of a few minutes ago. Cheers. Jeff. Let me find you. Where a few minutes ago. 1 second. Scrolling up. Gary. Oh, Gary says, lol, 2:17 a.m. here. Would you please consider reacting to any Hamilton song, please? I already reacted to You'll Be Back from Hamilton, but I can do more. I can do more Hamilton reactions if you want. We're looking for Jeff. Where is Jeff? I'm scrolling up. I'm looking for it. Solman says, I found you reacting tonight, which Ghost Love Score. I've watched your channel grow. One of my favorite reactors. By the way, you are beautiful. Thank you so much. That's really lovely to say. We're still looking for Jeff. Oh my God, Jeff, I don't know if I can find it. Oh no. See, John, Jay, Andy, Sander, Jay, David, AC, Hit, Nate, Kim, Bruno, Sam, Jason, Hit, David. Oh my God. Where are you, Jeff? Could you repost your comment? I'm on Struggle Street trying to find your... I'm like scrolling up. I'm looking for it. I promise you. I can't find it. Dang it. I'm gonna have to go back to the bottom. I'm so sorry. Could you repost your comment from before, Jeff? I promise I'll respond to it if you put it in the chat now. I'm really struggling to find your comment from earlier. I just like scrolled up and tried to find your name. I had some trouble finding it. All right. Dragon says, I have to go get ready for work, night shift. Take care and keep smiling. Have a great time at work. Yeah, thank you for joining this. Thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Sugar gliders are cuter anyway. Yeah, they are, Mystic. They are cute. Although koalas are pretty cute. Not when they open their mouths and scream, though, because that's terrifying. Our onesie in Queensland in late spring is so brave. Yep. We got that humidity going for us. Woo! Love it when it's humid. When it feels like you're being encased in a beautiful cloying layer of your own sweat and body heat. Just amazing. You look a lot like the singer Dolce Maria from the RBD band, same hair, same face. You should check it out. Interesting. I always find it so curious when people say, you look like this person, because then I look at them and I go, do I really? I'm sorry, what? They did a very small tour in Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane in this February, March, just gone. What? How did I not know about that? Wait, no way. Was it really this much just gone? I could have swore we were in lockdown. Like, no one's been allowed into Queensland. Like, at all. Hmm. How about reacting to the same song by an artist but 20 years apart? That could be a very cool comparison, absolutely. Can't wait to wear my Alex Terrible mask for Halloween. Those masks are sick. I think they're so cool. I need to get one myself. Turk says, congrats on the 200K. Love the channel and keep up the good work. Can't stay for the stream. Work time, have fun. Have a good time at work, Turk. I hope that it is a good day for you. Koalas, don't you mean drop bears? No, I mean koalas. Drop bears are way bigger and they go after your rum. Okay. I'd take heat and humidity over snow and cold any day. It has literally been so hot and humid here that I have passed out and woken up in a hospital. So I don't know if I would agree with that. But that being said, I do not in any way, shape, or form live in a state that ever even gets a whisper of snow. We don't get anything like that. It gets to like 13 degrees, and I'm like, ooh, bit nippy, middle of winter, better put on a cardigan. Like, that's how cold it gets. We don't really get cold here. So, and I've seen snow before, though. It wasn't too bad. Maybe if I'd spent more than a week in it, I'd probably feel differently. Um, Any news on openings with classes for you? Yes, so my openings for classes have been pushed back. I will be in touch with those who are on my waitlist. At the moment, if you're not currently on my waitlist, you can always send me an email or an expression of interest through my website, and I will add your name to my waitlist. I do contact people on that waitlist in the order that they are added. So if I haven't reached out to you, that may mean that the space has already been filled by someone who was higher up in the waitlist. So I'm really, really sorry if you are still waiting on lessons, but at present, I only have a smaller window of time that I can book people in for. And the in-person and the online they're all on like the same day at the moment. So yeah, we will hopefully have more spaces for that next year. But yeah, if I haven't gotten in contact with you and you're already on my wait list, that means that any space that was available has now been taken, probably by someone else who was higher up on the wait list. Um, so better to be on that because then I will contact you directly should a space become available. Snow is overrated. I giggled like a child the first time I saw snow. I stamped around in it and made the dumbest noises, and people stared at me. And that's okay because it was in Japan, so I couldn't understand what they were saying. Probably who's this weird pale giant? RTK, can I take you out on a date in Nashville, Tennessee? Hmm. I mean, I could probably do a subscriber hang. I don't know about the whole one-to-one thing. I could organize like an event where other people who happen to be in Tennessee could also come and hang out. That is doable. Yeah. Don't know how else to answer that. Um, all right. I have to be careful of people on the internet sometimes. I trust you all, and you know me a little bit, but I don't know much about you all just yet. How often do you wear onesies? In winter. If I'm not wearing my onesie, I'm wearing my hoodie. My hoodie is covered in corgis. If you don't know what an hoodie is, it is a giant hoodie that basically acts like a blanket that is just on you all the time. When I first saw them, I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And then I put it on and I was like, I'm never taking this off. This is the most comfortable thing I've ever been in. I would fall asleep on the lounge, just face planted on my bed. I could sleep on the ground. It's just so comfortable. It's basically taking your bedding with you almost. Julia, have you seen Park Ki Young? I have not yet. Oh wait, sneeze. Oof, sorry. I promise it's just dust. I'm not sick. Snow is great in moderation. I believe it. You trust me, Jesse? Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'll trust you guys in a safe environment. No, legit, you have to be careful on the internet. Um, I sometimes think that maybe I forget that because you guys are all so wonderful and lovely, and the comments that you leave are so supportive and seem so genuine that sometimes I forget that not everyone on the internet is your friend, Julia. Sometimes people are going to leave mean comments, so like takes me by surprise. Sometimes people just don't want to be nice. But you guys are so lovely that sometimes I forget that. John Anthony, I do not trust any of you. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, all's fair. All's fair. You got to keep yourself safe. Um, I could use that while I work from home, especially in the winter. Sounds comfy. Yeah, do you want to see it? I can go get it. I will. Oh, maybe not. If I put the hoodie on over this, it's not gonna go well. Oh no. Trust but verify. Yeah. I like that. Trust but verify. We like that. Something by Snarky Puppy. Yeah. God, I love that song. Snarky Puppy is just they're just an absolute bop. I love them. Hex you. Be safe. Oh dear, we're in the back again. We're in the black. Snow sucks. I've been north and lived south. Snow is not fun. If you do a hang in the US, I'll definitely attend. Yeah, is that something that like you guys would like that? Because I've seen it in other styles of channel, like not necessarily music reactions, like we do more online hangs, but if there were more localized things where we could like listen to music or go see like a band or something, and I'm in that area and you want to come hang out, I'm more than happy to do that. Like I think that could be really, really fun and cool. And yeah, I'd be happy to do that. We can all, I don't know, go and check out some live music. I reached out to Will Ramos on Instagram and let him know just how epic I found all of the amazing noises he makes. Um, just because, you know, sometimes, yeah, you do a reaction, but if you want to know, if you want to share like your appreciation for something, just send them a quick message. They don't even have to get back to you. You can just send it. But he got back to me and he was like, thanks so much for this. Come see us live. And I was like, yeah, if I'm ever around there, I'll come see you guys live. I think that would be so, so, so cool. To go and see all of those noises live. I'd have to be like on the sidewalls because the idea of being trapped while that wall of death thing is like happening, I would be so scared. I'd need some protection um, in that situation. But I think it would be really, really fun. So there's already a bunch of bands that I would love to go and see. Yeah. You have beautiful skin. Tell us a little bit about your skincare routine. Um, I used to have really, really bad skin. And I feel like when you have bad skin, you learn a lot about different kinds of skincare and stuff. So I don't know if any of you are interested in me answering this question, but I'm going to anyway, just in case other people are struggling with stuff. I had really bad acne, so I'm talking like mountains down my cheeks. Um, and it wasn't like, oh, you're a teenager, you just have some pimples. I'm talking like adult, like as an adult, had acne. And I wound up having to go on Roaccutane for it. And I think that that would be a last option, if I'm honest. If you haven't tried other things, then Roaccutane sort of where it's at. But my skin sort of hasn't been freaking out quite as much from then. But I have noticed that um, depending on where you live, you need to adjust what you're putting on your face. So I live in a really hot, humid climate, and my skin tends to lean more towards dehydrated. So I have to make sure that I am protecting it in a layer of something or other. My skin hates moisturizer; it breaks me out, and I nothing I put on there works. So I tend to use a hydrator, and then I just put sunscreen straight on my face. Like right now, what's on my face is a serum and sunscreen. That's it underneath the skin tint that I've got on as well. But yeah, you need sunscreen is a must. I mean, you'll be able to comment, I guess, on this evening's reaction when you see it, but I haven't put a lighter foundation on in that particular video. That is my skin tone. That's just my regular foundation in that video, but you'll see. And I need sunscreen, sunscreen forever because I just go outside and just burn, turn into a plucked chicken, nice and pink and red. And unfortunately, that takes a while for me to heal. But yeah, so I tend to not layer too much on my skin because the more I put on, the more it freaks out, the more it gives me back those like cystic acne stuff. Um, yeah. Other than that, evening routine, use like topical tretinoin, which helps. It irritates my skin a little bit, but aloe vera, serum, night mask. It's kind of it. Um, yeah, skin's weird. You kind of have to do your own exploring. I'm not going to tell you guys what you should use, but that's what I use. Your Big Mama killing voice reaction is immaculate. Sorry, it was so random. The Big Mama killing voice video was perfection. I loved that video so much. I put Big Mama on play all weekend after I first listened to it, and I'm gonna do a reaction to their latest song because I went through and re-listened to all their like older hits and stuff. They're so good. I love it. Have you ever checked out Snarky Puppy performing with Lala Hathaway? Yeah. They're awesome. Lala's amazing. Um, I hope you react to Blind Channel. They call their style violent pop. Blind Channel violent, not violet. Violent pop. Interesting. Come see Ginger with us in Brooklyn in 3 weeks. Man, I would love to go see Ginger. I love Ginger so much. I have to hold back from reacting to them like every few weeks because not everyone wants to see the same band all the time, and sometimes I do get complaints if I react too frequently to a particular group. But I flippin' love Ginger. I love how they write. I love Tatiana's voice. I would so go see them live. Oh, your puppy wants to go outside. Well, have fun with the puppy. That sounds amazing. What do you think of Sohyang? She's incredible. Again, huge inspiration. A lot of these Korean artists wind up singing in ways that just makes my whole soul just resonate. I just love it. They make me want to cry because I'm like, how can you be so good? And it's just incredible. There's so many artists, actually, not just artists from Korea, but the Korean ones seem to hit me a little bit, which is so weird because I don't speak Korean at all. Mm. The prettiest onesie on the internet. Oh, thank you. I'll keep making videos, I promise. Seriously, tonight's going to be a Halloween reaction. Nightwish Scare Tale. Even if you don't want to watch Nightwish, just join it. Join the premiere. Trust me. Okay? Just do it. I'm gonna put that link up the moment I finish here. I'm gonna finish my thumbnail for it, and the premiere link is gonna go live. And then this evening, 11 p.m. AEST, so Australian Eastern Standard Time, that is going up. I'm very excited for you. I hope you enjoy it. Like, fingers crossed. Wow, these flies are like, meat pie. Ugh. Okay, RTK, you are incredibly beautiful and talented. You should visit Music City. I mean no harm, just dinner and letting you wow around town. Sounds really lovely. I will totally organize a if I travel. If I travel, I will try and organize like a subscriber, like not really like a tour, but like I'll just go to the main cities and I'll just let you guys know that I'm there. And if I'm gonna go do something, you guys can join me and I'll let you know where I'm going and stuff. That's probably gonna be a little dangerous. Maybe I should make that like a Patreon thing if we were to if we were to do that. But just for like location's sake, maybe I shouldn't automatically tell people where I am. Damn it! See, this is what I mean. I just I just semi trust you guys. Um, but yeah, you can always just show up. There's always people who dislike the stuff. Do you have a Discord room for suggestions? I have a music channel. Sometimes I think I should have a specific reaction suggestion channel though, because the music channel just winds up with some really cool stuff in it that people want me to watch but not necessarily react to. So I may need to diversify that channel a little bit more, I think. Um, Ginger is so lovable and they get better and better still. I believe it. I believe it, man. I'm all aboard the Ginger train. Ginger will go to the Ginger concert, believe me. I will show up if I can. Um, Ailey with I Will Always. Oh, that sounds amazing. It's so hard to cover, Whitney. Midnight for those of us in the southern states down. Yeah, okay. You do so much good work. How much time do you spend each week on your video? Excellent reaction. It really depends on the video. So some videos where I go super in depth, like the Spirit Box reaction, where I went in depth on how to create aspiration, those take a lot longer. There are some times where Caption Julia takes longer as well because I want to make sure that I'm analyzing in a way that I'm not necessarily repeating myself, but so that we get a more cohesive experience of enjoyment analysis. So I do put more time and effort into Caption Julia. And unfortunately I waffle a bit, so usually I do have to do like just cuts to the video stuff to make sure it still makes sense. So a Julia flash mob. Interesting. Sure. It could be fun. Meet and greets with Elizabeth and Kirk can stand guard with his star blade. Yeah, that could be really, really fun. Although, of course, there'll be like a few people there to see me and then like a whole horde, like a crowd to come see Elizabeth. Like, I'll still be nice. I'll like greet them and just be like, hey, you don't know me, but I do music stuff. I'm glad you enjoy music. Actually, um, quick, not necessarily a shout out, but someone in my local library, I'm not going to say which library it was, because I like to edit in public spaces. I don't know what it is. I just feel better. Maybe it's because it's air conditioned. I was editing in the library the other day and I had my mask on, so not easy to tell who I am. I mean, yeah, I'm ginger and stuff, and I was editing my video, so maybe that helps. But someone came up to me, a young gentleman came up to me, and he didn't want to like. It looked like he didn't really want to like disturb me because I was like in the middle of working, but he like got my attention and he had a little sign that said "Congrats on 200K" on it, and he just showed me the sign, and then he like waved and left, and it was so sweet. So I don't know if that person's going to see this, but it was a really lovely part of my day. Thank you so much for being my subscriber. And yeah, that was really, really cool to have that happen. But also it was a really polite exchange as well. Like it was lovely. So thank you. That support really does mean a lot. Yeah. So I may be in the minority, but I love science, Julia. I do love science, Julia, too. It's more like just caption Julia just goes off. I think it could be fun to do a series of the Julias at one point. That could be like a merch thing, maybe, maybe potentially. I should probably stop discussing my ideas on the internet because then you guys will be like, "Where is it?" And I'm like, "Whoops." All right. Neil says, "Please react to more Bandmade. Your reaction to Puzzle was awesome. Bandmade just dropped a new release called Sense a couple of days ago. Cool, cool, cool." Wait, you live in Australia and don't have AC? That's why I'm sweating right now. I'm pretty certain that there'll be like little little damp marks maybe on my t-shirt right now because it's warm. It's not too crazy. I think it's just because I'm in the onesie. What is the current temperature where I am? Okay, so it's currently 31 degrees, but the humidity isn't crazy. It's only 45% humidity. So 31 degrees is all right. What's that in Fahrenheit? In Fahrenheit. So 87 Fahrenheit. So, it's not like a super stressful hot day, but the fact that the humidity is only at 45% is making it a little bit more palatable. But in the onesie in 31 degrees is, it's having its moment. I'm doing it for you guys. uh, Summer gets rough with all my computers, I bet. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying the onesie. I like it too. Um, where is it though? Where is what? Are we gonna get more Mamamoo reactions? I mean, I'm not sure. We may. I do want to do more stuff from the K-pop world. I've reacted to Mamamoo the most out of all of the K-pop reactions thus far. I still have to do follow-ups for Red Velvet as well. But Red Velvet also scared me with a copyright thing last time, so it's just the copyright. The labels are so aggressive. Ah, starting to lose faith in this Australia thing. Not a single snake or spider in almost 3 hours. Would you like me to show you Frank? Because I'm more than happy to show you Frank. Frank is the delightful little critter, the gentleman downstairs. Let me just find Frank and show you. Hello, Frank, where are you? Sorry, scrolling. I want to show you where Frank is. There he is. All right, I'm going to put autofocus on because otherwise it's not going to show the thing. This is the guy who lives downstairs right near my filming studio. All right. Ooh. That's Frank, everybody. He lives right near my studio. Hehe. He's very polite. He eats all the bad bugs. We like him. Frank can stay. Have a lovely weekend, Jason. Um, yes. If you guys can make that reaction later, it'll be really fun, I promise. Sunny Cowgirls. I don't think I've ever listened to them before. Seriously, tell me you have AC. I don't have AC. I'm sweating right now. I'm a sweaty sugar glider. Frank is beautiful. Thank you. Frank is beautiful. He's a good boy. He eats all the bad bugs, which is really important. Oh yeah. Sorry if any of you are scared of spiders. That's whoops. It's 40 degrees Fahrenheit in Massachusetts. What is that in Celsius? 40 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. 4 degrees. That sounds, to be honest, I don't know. Maybe it's because I've never passed out in cold weather before. I've never been hospitalized due to the weather, um, except in really hot, humid climates. So maybe that's just different experiences. I'm sure if I had to stay in 4 degrees for a prolonged period of time, then I would also be of the same opinion. Spiders eat your brains as you sleep. Great. Pop Bomb would love you to see and analyze her voice, an interesting tone of K-pop. Interesting. Well, then in that case, I could. 81%? Yuck. 31 and 80. Oh, wow. You know what? It's actually less humid today because the last 2 days we've been getting those like thunderstorms, so the percentage of humidity was up around the same sort of level. And yeah, it's not a fun time. It's almost like your skin wants to melt off. So my sincere condolences for all of you who also live in tropical climates. Strong accents even when singing. Copyright trolls. If you see this post, you can disregard the other three. Please consider Patty Loveless's live performance of You'll Never Leave Harlan Alive. I will copy paste that. 1 second. It's currently 0 degrees here on the farm. Oh, wow. That's intense. I love learning about all the places that you're from and how different it is from here. Greetings from Indonesia. 92%! So the outside is a shower. Good to know. That's like some Cairns North Territory level stuff. Although, of course, we know that summer is coming. All of us who live in tropical areas, who live in hot regions of our countries, know that it's going to be a 40-degree summer. We know this. It's always 40 degrees. The fact that it's already 30 now, we should probably prepare the water earlier. Something. Get the AC going. Make sure it's functioning. Summer's going to be intense, guys. It's going to be intense. Not sure if I'm ready for it. Might wind up back in hospital again. Because I get dehydrated to the point that the sun is like, oh, you can't handle it. And I'm like, you're right, I can't handle it. Shouldn't have been born in a tropical area. Look at me, I was meant for coldness, perhaps. I don't have the skin tone of a sunny state. 35 and 90 plus humidity in Darwin. Yep. We know those 40-degree summers are coming for us. Australians only ask, how big, how much poison, no problem. It really depends on the spider. So often I'll just do like a catch and release if I see a spider. If he's really big and he took me by surprise, I may let loose a little scream because they're still pretty terrifying looking. But for bugs that are large, the only ones I kill on sight definitely are cockroaches. I got poison like right over here. Where is it? Like right next to me. Got some poison. And I see it, I'm like, oh, you can fly. I will fill this whole house with poison before I let you live, buddy. And then you have to be careful because if the roach is female, it can still have babies in it, and then they wind up hatching anyway. And then you wind up with more of them. So it's actually better to burn your bugs, which sounds horrifying. So weird here, summer is coming when it's almost winter here. Hemispheres are weird. We in the southern hemisphere know that summer is coming, and the fact that it's already like this in spring. Sheesh. All right. Channel plans for Christmas. I'm thinking about it. I need to decide what it is I'm going to do. Last year was 12 days of Christmas. We'll need to see what's happening. Any joint reaction content with Chase in the future? I'd be happy to do more collaborations with Chase. He's a cool dude. Need to get back to work, but I'm enjoying your stream. Thanks, John. Enjoy your work. I hope that you have a good weekend. That's right, because it's Friday for you guys. Are you sure you're Australian and not Irish? I'm definitely Australian, but my background has Irish in it, yeah. My family history, if I go back far enough, is Irish, Scottish, Welsh, English, and a little bit of German. So does that explain, maybe explain some stuff. Kurt says, Julia, love your content. Cheers from Kokomo, Indiana, USA. Kokomo is that's fun to say. Am I saying that right? That was cool. I'm impressed you pronounced Massachusetts correctly. You need to check out some Frank Turner. He is an awesome lyricist. Sounds great. Frank Turner, huh? What's his thing? What does he do? Boop. Goodness. Burn my bugs, huh? Guess I'll throw them in the wood stove. Honestly, legit, if you killed a cockroach and it's female, the little babies can still. Why do I know this? It's because I live with like science people. At one point in the house, we had like all these different people who do like science-based things. We've got a molecular biologist, we've got someone who does like computer science, we had another person that does like mathematics and engineering. So they tell me interesting things, which is fun. Okay, I see something in Korean here. Give me 1 second. Google Translate, don't you let me down now. Come on, translate, please. From Korean. Yeah, it's real time. Hey, man. Let your house centipedes live. They eat cockroaches. House centipedes? You have house centipedes? Oh, my headsets are about to die. 1 moment. I'm going to charge one of them. Here we are. Hopefully that's still working. They're getting a little bit crazy in there. You know what? It's probably because I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. Maybe I could be a Twitch streamer. Although this is a special Saturday morning, I deliberately made sure I didn't have anything else planned so I can really, really finish off the YouTube stuff I need to finish today. I'm so I really hope tonight goes well with the Night Wish reaction. I'm hyping it up. I want you to enjoy it so much. So if you guys are like, this sucks, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'll never do it again. You and Jess are outside? You two are crazy. Go back inside with your aircon. Although I don't know if you or Jess have aircon. All right, more home free reactions. Congrats on 200K. Jesus, 4 degrees. It's still, yeah. Why are you guys outside? Sorry, this is like, I know who this is. Wait, what? You're literally outside? You have to come in around the back door. I'm sorry. Or I can just lock you out. Stay outside in the 30 degrees. 1 second, lovely people of the internet. Oh. Hello! Yeah, I will be. I don't know when I will be done, to be honest. I'm having too much fun. Ah. I am still live streaming. It's lovely to see you both. Alright. I didn't realize you went outside, like outside my house. You're too crazy. Alright. Well, that was a lovely surprise. Two of my friends just dropped by the house. Which does remind me, I have been streaming for a really long time now, so it is probably time that I wrap this up. Um, yeah, I have been streaming for a while. It's been a long time. Thank you so much to all of you for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. Sorry about the little disturbances with me closing the window and opening the door. Like we know Julia's a potato live streamer. Do I seriously have that in the background again? Oh, I never removed my. This was the hanger my onesie was on. Dang it. Okay. Sorry about the interruptions. We both know that Julia likes to go full potato when she live streams. At least this time we didn't have the box that wouldn't go away and it didn't die. I mean, it still goes black because the camera, after however long, decides that it doesn't want to be on anymore, but we can fix that quite easily. Let's. We need that Get Julia and AC Patreon level. You have no idea how much that actually means because Australia, where I live, is really, really flippin' hot. Okay, it gets really hot here. Yeah, no joke. It's not quite as bad as Darwin. Darwin is like, am I still sane? Is this the real life level hot humid? But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I really, really enjoy hanging out with you guys. It's been super, super fun. Thank you so much for your support again and for joining me here today for this long as live stream. I'm sure some of you have been up at ridiculous times of whatever time zone you happen to be in. Thank you so much for being up for that. And whatever you happen to be doing for the Halloween weekend, I hope that you have a great time and you're staying safe and you're staying healthy. And I will see, hopefully you guys in the premiere later tonight. I deliberately put it on the Saturday evening so that it wouldn't fall on the same night as Halloween, because I'm sure some of you have really cool Halloween things planned. Anyways, I will see you guys then. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I'll let you guys know if we're like gonna do anything fun for Christmas as well, and hopefully get up some more of that like quality Julia content that we love, including going full potato and just being a goose in general. Alrighty, guys. I am gonna travel off now. Enjoy the rest of your weekends, and yeah, thank you for joining me on the stream. This has been really fun. And if you are interested in a snack giveaway, I can maybe make that happen. All right. Enjoy your sleep, enjoy your work, enjoy your weekend. Bye bye. Yes, if you enjoy this, give it a like. Honestly, though, the YouTube algorithm and me, we're having a little moment. Yeah, we're having a little moment. So the more you like and share and comment on things, if you're wanting to know how you can support me and support the channel, that is like a great way of ensuring that that is there, and helping the videos get spread to people who maybe haven't seen them yet. That's really, really helpful. Yeah. Anyways, bye. Happy Halloween.